Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the HRV Vision podcast. Tonight I got myself, Hector, also known as CN6, and with me I got Jazzy.
What up?
And Hav.
Yo.
And yeah, tonight, guys, welcome to another episode of HRV News. Before we actually get into it, I'd like to remind you guys that you guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Make sure you follow our socials at HRV Vision Podcast. Go to HRVvisionpodcast.com. You'll see all the links through there. Also, join the Discord, guys. Top link in the description. Join the Discord. Come chat with us about video games, movies, TV shows, anything like that. But yeah, before we actually dive into the video game news and movie news, we actually went to go see The Woman in the Yard. And we're going to talk about that real quick. Yeah, quick thoughts. Give a mini review on Woman of the Yard. Hop, can you give a synopsis?
Excuse me. So yeah, the synopsis. So we saw the trailer a while back. And the synopsis for Woman of the Yard is basically, the trailer kept it very vague. There is a woman dressed in all black sitting on a chair in the yard of a house, and it's kind of like an eerie sort of psychological horror movie where the woman just sitting in the yard, not really doing anything, is tormenting the family that lives in the house. And stuff like that. But the trailer doesn't go into too much detail as to like the other plot points that is brought up in the movie and stuff like that. So based on the trailer and the vagueness, that's what it's about. Yeah. Synopsis wise.
Yeah, without giving spoilers. But yeah, quick thoughts, man. Mario, what did you think, man?
I remember seeing the trailer for it. I remember being really intrigued. And it makes you think one thing of how the movie is going to go down. I will say, after walking out of it, it is not what I expected, but I still enjoyed it. If that makes sense. I like it. One thing I will say are some of the camera shots in this movie surprised me for what kind of story it's telling.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a lot more, not cinematic. What's the word I'm looking for? A lot more
creative.
There we go. Creative in terms of how it used some of its shots. And I actually surprisingly really enjoyed it. I was like, I like it because it adds in terms of what the story actually is and what the movie is. If that makes sense, it helps make that point even more obvious. But overall, I think I surprisingly enjoyed it a whole lot more than I think I was gonna. After finding out what kind of movie it actually is gonna be.
And I guess, what were you kind of
I thought it was gonna be a horror.
I got you.
And it's not a horror. Oh, it has elements of horror.
Yes.
But I would say it's more like a mystery and suspense.
Psychological.
Okay.
Yeah, psychological, yeah. And somewhat dark. Especially near the end.
And dude, honestly, that's what I really liked. I really liked the darker themes that was in the movie. And just before I saw the movie, I saw like on Twitter, people were just saying, "Oh, don't go see it" or whatever. And I'm thinking, "Oh no, is it bad or something?"
On Rotten Tomatoes, I believe it's at a 30-something% from critics.
Really, critics?
From critics.
Wow.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, I was like, okay, so 39 critics, 46 audience.
Wow.
And I'm a little, and I won't lie. I won't lie. I got a little concerned. I got a little upset because how many times to us three in the room has it happened where we go and see a trailer, maybe it's a preview for a movie or whatever, and we're like, yo, that shit looks fucking sick. And then the movie comes out, and there's that like mini anticipation. Sure, you have the big ones, right? You got the Marvels, you got the DCs, you have the John Wicks, but there's that one movie where you're like, it's new IP, not connected to another franchise. The trailer looks fucking fire. And then it finally comes out and it fucking bombs. How many times have that happened to us where we're like looking forward to a movie and then it's like, fuck, bro, I can't believe they fumbled it. All those 3 months of like, dude, that movie looks fire. I'm excited for it to go to like waste, right? When I saw Rotten Tomatoes score, I was like, no.
You thought it was gonna be one of those?
Because I actually was looking forward to Woman in the Yard. It looked interesting. I'm like, okay, like it's interesting. They did the smile thing for marketing. They actually had a lady dressed in black.
That's cool.
At different like random places of in the country.
Yeah.
Like as like marketing, like promotion, how they like sent the smiling people to baseball games and shit.
Yeah.
So they did that. So I was like, ooh, this shit's fire, right? Like it's
cool.
giving me smile vibes, like, oh shit. And then I see the scores, I'm like, no, the movie's mid. So I was a bit like, fuck, man. So I was going into it like, all right, well, let's see what people are saying. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But you could finish your thought.
Yeah, so I didn't know about the scores, actually.
Me neither.
That's actually kind of insane, and I disagree with that.
I agree. I disagree too. But I went into this movie really like, I'm not fucking with you. I saw the trailer, I went in with blind. I didn't know how much money it made, what the reviews were. I went in it blind, just blind, not knowing anything about it, really.
Yeah. And people, and so like I said, I was on Twitter. People were saying, "Oh, don't go watch this," and people were like, "What? It's not scary?" Not really. It's just sad. It's just whatever. It's not really a good horror movie. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I saw the pool that I was in, and people were saying, "Oh yeah, it kind of like it's gonna give off." It gave me the vibe of with like Heretic, where I was looking forward to that movie Heretic, but now it was just white people yapping. Like, what the hell? And I'm like, what the hell? I disagree, man. Heretic was phenomenal. At least like I enjoyed it. So I already knew. I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to see this for myself. It's probably one of those movies where people just maybe is not for them, or they don't really understand it or something. Like, for example, I mean, like with Oppenheimer, some people didn't really fuck with Oppenheimer, or what else? I know maybe some Presence. I saw people saying, "Yo, what the fuck was Presence? Not even scary or whatever." You know, like they kind of missed the point. And sure enough, that's how it went, man. When I saw the movie, I'm like, okay, you know what? I can understand why maybe the mass general public might not really fuck with the movie, but I liked it, man. I actually liked it, and I disagree with those scores, man. I really there are some horror elements here, and I do agree it is a somewhat there are some like sad parts, and that's what I really like. They combine horror with like a more like serious, compelling story. You see some darker themes of guilt and grief, and it's like it's balanced really well. I enjoyed it, man. I was like, yo, this is actually really good. What are people talking about? And then for you to tell me the Rotten Tomato scores, I'm actually kind of shocked. Yeah, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you know. Yeah. But what did you think, Hav?
Well, I ended up really liking the movie.
Yeah.
And so when I saw the scores, I was a bit disappointed. But then after watching the movie, I'm like, dude, I kind of fucked with this movie. Yeah. I don't know why people are not liking it. And if I had to take a guess, I think most people, like what you found on X, like I think people are upset about some of the more serious, darker themes that the movie handles. Not giving too much away, but especially a certain scene that we see in the third act. Yeah. Might have been a little too triggering, might have been a little bit too serious. Maybe people just weren't expecting that. But to be honest, I don't think you should judge a movie for like dabbling in serious themes, darker themes like, yo, that's fucked up. Like that's something that's not talked about. On the contrary, I believe we should live in a generation where that's more comfortably talked about, so that stuff like this is said, handled, you know, get some closure, and hopefully even help people in the process, you know what I mean? Because there's people out there struggling with the very things that the characters in this movie are going through.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool when media like movies, TV shows, or video games dabble in these kind of themes, because for one, it tells a story, but it may even teach a lesson. Yeah. I mean, that's why there's themes, right? Like in movies and stuff, lessons and themes that you take away from the media. So while I understand that there might have been some people who are like, yo, bro, like that was just a little too dark or whatever, right? Maybe it was like, how else could you have told this story? Maybe this was a way to tell the story where it left an impact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It definitely left an impact on me, where I was like, whoa, because you're like, what's this whole deal? Like, what's this woman's deal in the yard? And what is she? Like, she's supernatural. She's tormenting this family, but yet she never moves. So what's going on? But as you watch the movie, you realize like sort of the deeper themes and like the what's the word? The symbolism of what every character represents and stuff. So I personally think that's why people didn't like it. I think maybe the themes were a little too serious and dark.
That could be it.
Admittedly,
that's a good point.
Maybe too triggering, which I understand. But at the same time, and I will say, well, I don't know. That's a good question. I was going to say maybe the movie should have opened with a warning, a notice or something. But then again,
at the end it did.
But then again, when the movie, like, it's rated, when a movie's rated PG-13 or rated R, it'll literally say why it's rated the way it is.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that people can look at. Like, oh, it's rated R because it deals with sexual content, language, blood and gore, and, you know, like all those things. And if that's not you, then maybe don't watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's why it got those scores. But me personally, I don't let that dictate my score, like have that be like, yo, that's too dark. Because like I said, I'm all about storytelling. And I think the themes, even as dark as they were, that were used in this movie definitely helped in elevating the story and what they were trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
No, I definitely agree. And like what you said earlier, to help others understand, because a lot of people maybe aren't really, they can't necessarily relate to it. If we're gonna be real, like certain themes in this movie, I think that majority of people just cannot really relate to. So they think, whoa, this is really dark, bro. It's kind of fucked up. But I think this movie does a really well job as maybe helping those people understand, because they actually give you like a visual representation of how a certain thing feels like. You know what I mean? At least that's how I got from the movie. It's like, wow, like the symbolism, who the lady is, and basically, it's really tough to say without giving spoilers. You know what I mean? But it's a visual representation of how certain people feel, and to the general public, some people just can't understand why certain people act the way they do, or do certain things that they do, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? And then here's a visual representation how it feels like almost being. I don't know how to explain it. I know how to explain it, but without giving spoilers. I know how to explain it. It's just I don't want to dive into spoilers. Point is, I really, really liked it, man. So it's actually kind of just wow. People did not really like this.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a good comparison to compare it to Heretic. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say I enjoyed Heretic more because I think the performances in Heretic, and I think the dialogue is just. I think it is clearly a notch better. Like I think there is a level to it. They are below in terms of that, but it isn't bad. Like it wasn't horrendous. Like it's not whatever the fuck Rotten Tomatoes said. I'm like, no, it's nowhere near as bad. If anything, I think the worst performance here is probably by the son.
Yeah, there were some
some moments where I'm just like, your actor's not the best right there. But even then, overall, I think he did overall good job. The mother, I think, did phenomenal. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really bought every scene that she was in, or in terms of high intense situations. I don't know. I was left just impressed. Really, I'm not saying this is the greatest thing ever, but I'm not saying like this movie is what the reviews are saying online right now.
Let's do our typical fashion, like our ratings and like what do you go see in the movie theater and stuff. Mario, starting with you, then Hav.
I would say this is probably worth like a regular movie ticket. Just a regular movie ticket. Just be prepared for just very heavy scenes, heavy themes. Heavy imagery in terms of what is being represented to you on the screen. I did enjoy overall the story, the camera work especially, which will catch you by surprise, but you will end up enjoying it. Performances wise, I think the mom carried the film. The son in some scenes will be lacking in terms of selling his character, if I'm being honest with you, but majority of the time he's solid. Overall, I'll probably give this like a 7. I think it was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
So I think that's what I'm feeling at, man. Go ahead. What do you think?
Well, I really liked this movie. I thought it was very well done. I liked the horror elements, the symbolism, sort of like the tension that the movie kind of holds you at, the anxiety of like not knowing what's going on. Because, throughout the movie, like, oh, it's a woman in the yard and she's tormenting us. But you also notice that the mom is acting a little weird too. So you don't know if we're safer in here or out there. It's one of those, you know what I mean? So I liked how they used the anxiety and the tension really well. I thought some of the horror elements was really well done. I liked the camera work as well. I thought all the actors did well. I ended up really liking this movie. I don't know what people on Rotten Tomatoes are thinking, but I found myself really enjoying this movie. And by the end, I wouldn't know if it's a twist. I don't know if it's really a twist or something, but it definitely left me thinking. It's one of those movies that left me thinking like, I wonder what that last shot of the movie, what that ending might have meant. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think I'm gonna go a little higher. I think I'm feeling an 8.
Okay.
Okay. Damn. I think. I agree with both of you guys. What you guys said. I think what really hooked me was the actual themes, man, and like what you said, Javi, it gets you makes you think. I really like that. But if we're gonna talk about like performances, I want to say like the only standout was obviously the main, the mom, the children. I thought they were, I'm gonna be real, like kind of mediocre, like their acting performance, and in terms of horror element, I do like some of it. Some of it felt like kind of generic, like typical like jump scares, like or the sounds getting loud, or it's really quiet, and then there you see the jump scare, and it's like, oh, it's you, it's nothing bad, but it's I just ran into you. You know what I mean? We see that a bunch in horror films. So, but there are some horror elements in this movie that I really did like. But I think the overall message and theme is what really sold me. I'm like, yo, this is not a bad movie. I really like this movie. But yeah, with that being said, I think I'm gonna give it a 7, man. I'm giving it a 7 as well. I think it's worth a movie ticket. I think it's good. Obviously, if if you struggle with certain like maybe some mental health, issues, maybe someone, maybe it might be triggering, so you probably shouldn't take them to go see it. Yeah. But if because I see how's a point. It could be triggering for some people.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then I think it's 7. What? That's like a Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray.
It's a Blu-ray. All right, bet.
It's a Blu-ray right there. Normal Blu-ray.
Normal.
Not a 4K Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray.
All right.
And then what do you rewatch it again?
Would I?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would rewatch this.
We still have to figure something out for you. Would you watch it animated?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I have a fun fact actually. I know Hector might appreciate this,
What?
but I looked up who directed this movie. Actually, let me check. So okay, the guy who directed Woman in the Yard did not write the script. Some other guy
Wrote it.
wrote it.
Okay.
But the guy who directed it is a filmmaker from Spain. His name is Jaume Collesera. That is the dude's name. And I was like, okay, cool. What other movies has he done? And bro,
What, they're fire?
this motherfucker has made a fuck ton of movies that, one, we've seen or even heard of, but also, you know how sometimes directors, like, when they make movies, like, they direct movies, it's usually, like, one style or one genre? This motherfucker's all over the place.
Oh, my God.
I would have thought, like, okay, so he's done, like, horror movies in the past, and he has. But this motherfucker's made other shit. His directorial debut was 2005.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
House of Wax.
Oh my God!
That's
No way! Really?
That's a throwback, wasn't it?
That is a throwback.
This
House of
motherfucker-
Wax is a
Dude,
throwback.
remember
That shit
that
creeped me
movie?
the fuck out, man.
He fucking directed that movie.
Yeah.
He made-
Yo, we gotta rewatch that, man.
You know what else he
Like
did?
now that we're conscious and shit. Because we saw it when we were kids.
Yeah, we were kids when we saw House of
Yeah.
Wax, dude. You know what else he did though?
Which one?
Orphan.
He did Orphan too.
He did Orphan.
Wow.
He directed Orphan.
Okay.
Yeah. He also directed an action movie. So he strayed away from the horror, made an action movie. A movie that I saw, not in theaters. I think I had to watch it at home because I couldn't go see it. But it's an action movie with Liam Neeson called Non-Stop. I don't know if you guys remember. It's the one where he was like, it's basically like Taken. It's like one of those typical action movies with
see if I
Liam
can find a
Neeson.
picture of
But
it.
he's in a plane, and I think the plane gets hijacked or something. If you see the poster, you might remember the movie. The poster's
No,
like
I never
one of
seen
those.
this one.
Okay, so you guys are
Oh yeah.
know what I'm
I know.
Yeah,
and it's the dude from Taken.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson.
I will
Yeah.
find you. And
I will kill you.
I've never seen Taken. Is it
No, is that the first one?
I'm, yeah, anyway.
What?
You've never seen Taken, bro?
Oh, this movie's fire?
Oh, yeah. Well, the
Yeah,
first
shit.
one is.
The first one's good. Yeah.
So the following year after Nonstop, he made another action movie like Nonstop with Liam Neeson called Run All Night. I actually saw that movie too, and I really enjoyed it. It's just another Nonstop, but except instead of the plane, he's in the city. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
2016, he made a movie called The Shallows, which was a movie that I heard was really good. So it stars Blake Lively.
The
and-
Shallows?
The Shallows. And it's about a girl, a surfer, who gets tracked down by a shark. And she's stranded on this big-ass rock in the middle of the ocean, and she's trying to get to shore, but this fucking shark is circling around.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
That's trying to, like,
Yeah, I
because
never
it's
seen
waiting
this
for
one.
her to jump in the water to eat her.
Oh, I think I
Yeah.
did see this. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
that was back in 2016.
Yes. Yes. So he also made that movie. I haven't seen it, but I heard it's pretty good. I heard it's
Oh,
fire.
wow. Okay.
He also directed, this one's weird, 2021, he directed that movie Jungle Cruise
I don't think I heard
with
that one.
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Emily
I've seen
Blunt.
that. I've seen that.
It was a straight to Disney Plus movie. I
Yeah.
heard it was mid. I heard it got mid reviews.
Yeah. It was.
This motherfucker.
So this dude's all over the
This
place.
motherfucker directed Black Adam.
Really?
Oh.
Black Adam?
He directed Black Adam, dude.
Hey man, I'm gonna be real. I didn't really hate Black Adam.
Same here.
I thought it was alright.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either. I just thought it was alright. But yeah, he directed that. And then most recently, before Woman of the Yard, he directed a movie that came out a few months ago, straight to Netflix. I don't know, dude. Everyone started talking about it. Apparently, it's really good. It's called Carry On.
That's
It's a movie that takes place in the airport.
Oh, the one that came out in Christmas time? Yeah, my brother was watching that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
He directed that movie. Dude, when that movie hit Netflix, everyone started talking about it.
Everyone
And I
was
was like,
talking
damn,
about
bro,
it.
is it fire?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. My brother was watching it.
Yeah.
That's
So
how I-
he
that's how I
directed
know
that.
about it.
So this
So-
motherfucker is all over the
I
place.
mean, I guess his range from movies we saw, we could make good movies, and then he could make some movies.
Yeah.
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 Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because the motherfucker made a bunch of shit,
Yeah.
especially a bunch of movies from our. Dude, when I saw House of Wax,
House of
dude,
Wax is actually
I never thought I would
crazy.
read those words on my phone ever again, bro.
House of
That
Wax.
movie feel like a fucking fever dream.
That's facts, dude.
You know what scene I still remember? When the one friend finds his friend, like his other friend in wax, and he's peeling his face
Yeah.
off and shit. Nah, bro, that shit freaked
shit's
me out as
crazy
a
as
kid, dude. Fuck.
I'm gonna be real. I don't even know what the premise is. Like,
I don't know, bro. I
That's what
don't
I'm saying,
remember.
I saw it once when I was a kid, and I just
I don't
faintly
remember.
no, I remember at the beginning of the movie when like, they're driving and shit. And, like the dude's like driving. He's getting roadhead.
What?
He's getting roadhead, so the girl's like going down and shit. And I remember watching as a kid. I'm like, "Fuck is she ducking for?" Like, do you remember? You never felt that, huh? I'm like, what's going on here?
I never knew.
You don't remember that scene?
No, I don't.
It's
I
the beginning of the
vaguely
movie.
remember, but I don't remember why she did it. Like I don't know.
Well, yeah. Mario, we're the kids. Mario, we're kids, bro.
I know.
We're like, what the hell's going on here? Why is she like?
Why is she doing that?
So stupid. Because that came out what 2005? You said?
Yes.
Dude, we were kids, man. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Anyway, okay. Now, actually, going back to the scheduled programming, man, we're gonna jump into the HRV news. We're gonna start with video games news first, and then move on to movie news.
Bet.
Okay, so the first piece of news that we have here, and this is a pretty big deal. It's involving Ubisoft. Ubisoft or Ubisoft? What do you say, Mario?
Either or.
What do you say, How?
I say Ubisoft.
Oh no!
Ubisoft.
I thought you meant how do people say it?
I'm saying how
I
do you
say
say it?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Some people say Ubisoft.
Yeah, but like
Whatever.
it's either or at this point, bro. Who gives a shit?
By the way, so we get some interesting news about Ubisoft and its fate, and that is that Thursday they have announced that they are forming a subsidiary with an enterprise value of approximately $4.3 billion. This new entity will include popular game franchises such as Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Tencent Holdings is set to invest 1.16 billion euros for 25% stake in this newly formed subsidiary. In exchange for a royalty, the new entity will hold licenses for the intellectual property of the games. The value of the new unit exceeds the current enterprise value of Ubisoft, indicating a significant milestone for the company. Ubisoft CEO shared his enthusiasm about this development, stating, "Today, Ubisoft is opening a new chapter in its history. This is a foundational step in changing Ubisoft's operating model that will enable us to be both agile and ambitious. The new subsidiary will not only include the teams working on the mentioned titles, but will also manage the back catalog and any forthcoming games under development. This strategic move by Ubisoft and Tencent's investments marks a significant moment in the gaming industry." And that's the biggest piece of news, man. People are wondering, well, listen, Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's going to make it or break it, man. Because before this, Tencent already owned, I think, 10% of Ubisoft.
What did?
Tencent Holdings is a Chinese conglomerate that
They're big on mobile games.
dude, they're like in everywhere. Actually, you know what? I'm glad I have.
So
answered
that
this
like
question.
you don't
Asked this
understand how
question.
much money they make off these mobile games.
So to give a backstory on
insane.
what Tencent is, right? So Tencent is a Chinese multinational conglomerate that is one of the world's largest companies with a strong presence in various sectors, including technology, gaming, social media, and financial services. It was founded in 1998 by Pony Ma and a group of other entrepreneurs, and its headquarters are in Shenzhen, China.
Okay.
So it's just this very big company, bro. Bro, they're investing $4.3 billion, dog. They got money, man. And they own, dude. They own stakes in. They own, I think, 40% in Epic Games. 40%, yeah. They own what else? They own 100% of another big like company. 100%. They own it. I forgot what. But point is, bro, it's just a really big ass.
they got money,
They got money, man.
and Ubisoft needed that money.
Yes. So Tencent, here I actually got let me see if I can find the information here real quick, because Tencent owns 10% of the company. We established that. And about maybe a year ago, so Ubisoft lost almost half of its stock market value last year as the company reported results below expectations and warned about dropping sales and delayed game releases. So Ubisoft, man, they just been losing money. Games haven't been hitting, and that's why Assassin's Creed Shadows was such a big deal.
Yeah, and why they delayed it so many times.
Because if this was another
financial
flop, what would most likely happen was Tencent they would have to sell either Ubisoft completely or like a big stake of the company to Tencent, right? So what's happening in this situation is that in order for Ubisoft to still own its company, to own Ubisoft, right, and to keep afloat, they decided to create a subsidiary company that is under Ubisoft, and that subsidiary company, that Tencent is going to own 25%, and it's going to own the IPs.
Oh shit!
But here's the difference, right? People are getting confused. Oh my God, does this mean like they have no creative control? On the contrary, my friend. So Ubisoft is still going to have creative control on the IPs.
Okay.
It's just Tencent is going to have like a really it owns the IPs, the intellectual properties, and is going to have royalties. So any future installment of Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, any new shit, like I'm assuming even is this Splinter Cell Ubisoft?
Yeah.
So maybe if they do another Splinter Cell game,
they definitely have more say in what gets made.
most of the sales and royalties are going to go to Tencent.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So, but at this point, the CEO of Ubisoft, is saying, "Hey, this is a new chapter. At least we still have our company, right? We still have majority. We still own majority of Ubisoft, our company. Sure, we sold our IPs, right? But at least we have someone backing us, and we still have creative control. So that's the whole ordeal explained.
So wouldn't that mean that Tencent now has a say of what games can be made and which are not?
Somewhat, yeah.
So yeah, they
Somewhat.
do. They definitely do have.
But in terms of how
say.
the games are made, probably
don't.
No, they don't. But they actually like, hey man, fans have been clamoring for a new Tom Clancy. They can bring it up and be like, yo, there's money to be made there. They can say that. But
this is what's crazy, Hav, is that Ubisoft did this, right? They did this subsidiary. That subsidiary, do you guys know what a fucking subsidiary is? It's
like secondary.
It's like a
okay, yeah. So keep this in mind, Hav. That subsidiary that they just made is worth more than the main company, Ubisoft. Because of Tencent
has 25% own.
Yes, and because the IPs that they own transferred over to that subsidiary.
So wait, then that means the main. What do they have then?
Any new shit they want to make.
Any new shit, yeah.
Any new IPs.
But Assassin's Creed, so far it's Assassin's Creed's,
Far
Cry, and what was the
Tom
other?
Clancy?
Tom Clancy's. Those franchises are for sure in that subsidiary on that company, and Tencent own those properties. But now, the trade-off is like, hey, okay, listen. Tencent was probably like, hey, you know what, man? We want to buy out Ubisoft, man. Y'all trash. Y'all going downhill. Ubisoft, okay, what if we make a deal? Hold on. What if we make a second subsidiary company? We'll sell you our IPs. You give us funding and let us have creative control, and whatever money we make on Assassin's Creed, those big franchises, and moving forward any other IPs, you get royalties, and then boom. Tencent took the bait, maybe not necessarily bait, but he's like, you know what? Fine, that's fine by me.
Those are the money makers.
Those are the money makers anyway. You see what I'm saying, bro? If we're gonna be real, if Ubisoft decides to make a new IP or whatever, it's a 50-50.
What are the chances it sells as well as it's established?
Exactly, bro.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, those are the big hitters of Ubisoft anyway. You know what I mean? That's why they've been in the game for so long. So that's the situation that's going on is instead of Tencent actually buying out Ubisoft, they created a subsidiary company. I believe Tencent still owns 10% of Ubisoft, and now they just own 25% of this brand new company that's followed along with the IPs that Ubisoft is known for. So it's a pretty big deal, man, in the gaming industry.
Now that you've broken it down,
yeah,
I understand the fucking gravity of it.
Okay,
now.
yeah,
man. It's fucking.
Yeah. Does that mean the subsidiary gets named something else, or is it still
technically? It's gonna be named something else. We don't know yet. It's still in the process of everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but they just announced it Thursday, so the 27th.
Yeah.
Of this month.
This was long rumored for a while.
Yeah.
But now it's actually official.
Whoa.
It was rumored for a while, and it was rumored that they were going to announce it the 27th, and did.
And it did. Fuck, dude.
And that's what happened.
This has a lot of people the developers under these studios that aren't owned or aren't working on those big 3 titles worried about their jobs. Because like if we're not working on the big games, like are our jobs safe? Are the things we're working on safe? Like are we fucked now, basically? So now the employees are kind of scared. Even the employees under them now, under Tencent, like they're scared because like, oh shit, like they could just act something if they wanted to. You know, because right now AC has this whole, they have a plan. Obviously, we're getting the Black Flag remake or remaster. I forgot what.
We're getting that?
Yeah, it's coming.
It's not officially like a hunch or like there's
they haven't announced it.
They haven't
like,
announced it.
I think there's leaks.
There's
and shit.
talking. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Ubisoft has had a history.
Because listen, bro, Black Flag is like I would say like the most popular one. People just like adore.
Everyone says it's the best.
It's the best, right? So what's an instant money maker?
A remake.
A remake of Black. They're the most popular AC game. Then I think after that they're actually branching out. They're actually getting like really creative with their AC. I don't remember the exact details, but like this is Shadows is going to be like the last big open world, like how how it is, how the game plays. That's going to be like the last one for a while, and then they're really going to branch out. They're going to come out with Black Flag remaster, and then after that, oh fuck, I'm trying to remember the exact details of the roadmap of how is it going to go down. But they're really going to they're taking risk, which is why I respect it. They're taking risks. Like they're doing something with the IP where it's like, hey man, they're finally changing it up. Where it's not going to be, it's going to stick to one thing. Like, hey, are you going to be a pure stealth game in terms of like being an assassin, or are you going to be this like fighting game? It's no longer going to try to be multiple things like how Shadow is. Oh, it's an assassin game where it's stealth, but there's also open world aspects of the game. Like some of these games aren't going to have an open world. Yeah, so it's going to be linear.
So I guess
it's hard to describe.
Okay. No, I got it. Perfect example. What Konami's doing with Silent Hill.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Konami has transformed Silent Hill to this huge franchise that could be anything: mobile games, fucking gacha games, fucking gambling games, an interactive Netflix TV show. Like that's what Mario's talking about. That AC is going to evolve to branch out to different genres.
There's actually an AC mobile game coming out.
Yeah,
it's actually crazy. It actually looks fire. I'm not even gonna lie.
I have not seen it.
Look at the game and look it up. It actually looks pretty good.
Dude, and here's the thing, right? That's why AC Shadows was such a big deal, bro. A lot of people were talking about it, right? Because either it was going to make or break it, Ubisoft. And clearly, right, because what they say matters. They say, first week or something, 3 million players. They said 3 million players. Not.
It's some of my news I have for it is that AC Shadows is Ubisoft's second biggest launch to date. It's behind Valhalla. Valhalla's number 1, but because that came out during COVID time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that'll ever be topped.
And surprisingly, Valhalla actually made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, it's just things lined up because COVID, bro. Everybody's home. They're playing. Here's this grindy ass fucking game.
Yeah.
That's 70. Oh, maybe I meant 60 at the time. Maybe I don't know. That's $60. It's like, yo, $60. I can put 100 hours into it. I'm stuck in my home 7 days out of the week. Like, fuck yeah, let me get it.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if Ubisoft will ever reach that again, just because timeline wise, in terms of what's going on in the world, shit matched up.
Another thing to be more transparent is when they announce like their milestones, they say players. They don't say sold copies.
Yeah.
Right? So
saying players.
That's because Ubisoft has a subscription that you could pay and you get access to their games. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called, but it's like you know how like EA has it too, like an EA pass, like
Game Pass, fucking
whatever. So like Ubisoft has that. So if you are subscribed to that, you also get access. Yeah, it's probably Uplay,
some shit like that.
So you get access to the new games. So that is why they say players and not really sold copies. Because my thing is maybe a majority of people did that subscription bullshit or whatever. But obviously the controversy that's been happening, the delays, obviously any news, whether it's good or bad, is always good publicity, right? So because of that, I think that's what also maybe helped.
There was a huge build-up for this game, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Huge build-up for this game. So I'm not surprised.
But here's the thing, right? Then that means if maybe they didn't sell enough for them to...
Yeah, because with every delay, that costs money.
Yeah, so they honestly probably didn't make enough to where they were able to stand alone. No, unfortunately they still had to give in to Tencent, right? So we'll see what happens. Man. We'll see what happens. It's very interesting what's going to happen.
Maybe over time they they finally make the AC Shadows becomes profitable. But I think because of their delays and how they were so mismanaged back then, they just fucked themselves over.
And also, maybe you might not know this, but the end credits for the game, AC Shadows, is 2 hours long.
The end credits?
Yeah, bro, they're long.
So
as
you know
hell.
when you beat a game, the credits roll.
Right.
That's just 2 hours long.
Why?
What you mean, girl?
That's how many people working on the game.
That's how many people worked on it.
They're crediting all those people.
A lot of people worked on it. They also included like their licenses on music and properties and stuff like that.
Oh.
But a lot of people were upset, saying that it's insane how they involve so many people in this one project, but yet the game doesn't feel like it's made by that many people.
Yeah,
that's the argument.
After playing it, it's weird. After playing the game for a while now, I think I have like close to 10 hours. Close to 10 hours, I think.
Yeah. I
kind of already see how it's going to play out. It's very similar to Far Cry. It's very similar to Far Cry in terms of gameplay.
Honestly,
like the beginning was like good. Now I'm in the middle part where it's like, okay, now it's getting kind of boring. I'm not gonna.
I think what you're referring to is the gameplay loop. In Far Cry, it's like, oh, we have a villain, clear out outposts.
Yeah.
Whatever. The gameplay,
the grindy shit.
Yeah, the gameplay loop in Assassin's Creed's the same. It's pretty.
It's very similar. I'm not gonna say exact same, but it's similar.
Of every
where it's like getting grindy and shit. So that's where I'm at.
But here's the thing, right? This game obviously has like a lot of controversies towards it. A lot of people are playing it. Clearly, Valhalla made $1 billion. I kind of suspect maybe this one might hit that mark. There's a chance that this one could hit.
Yeah.
If it broke records of Valhalla, right?
No, I didn't break any Valhalla records.
Is that what you said?
No, it said it's the player count. It's the second. Valhalla's number 1.
Oh, okay.
Then it's Shadows. Then it's Odyssey. I believe it's 3rd. It topped Odyssey.
Okay,
it passed Odyssey.
Sorry. Okay, never mind. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. That's any more questions I have you on regarding that?
I have 2 questions now. The first one, with this new change, with Tencent now being in the picture and like all the buyouts and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know how big of fans you guys are of Assassin's Creed, Tom Clancy, and those other games, but are you guys now more optimistic or more pessimistic about the future of the games, the roadmap down that we're going to get in the following years?
I mean, I'm excited in terms of like they're actually going to be making more variety. They're kind of not ditching it because they do plan to make another one like Shadows. But I like how they're sticking to like, hey, this is going to be an AC game, but it's literally going to be linear as fuck. But we're gonna go heavy in terms of stealth gameplay. Like you're really gonna feel like an assassin. Mm-hmm. And there's gonna be a game where
like that would be fire.
That would be fire, bro. You know what I mean?
The thing is, man, if I'm kind of optimistic because it's like, okay, you know what? They have more funding. That means these franchises are gonna go on for one.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is that Ubisoft will still have creative control, so that means they won't branch like the new shit. That it won't be drastically different, exactly, right? So I mean, hey, that's a good thing. Playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, I don't think it's a terrible game. I think it's so far I've been enjoying it, and I see potential in it to get better, especially with the Far Cry games. The Far Cry games are also pretty fun, mindless fun. But most importantly, man, can we agree on this, Mario? We need Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Splinter Cell, man?
Yeah, I know. We need, dude, that's a money maker right there waiting to happen.
Imagine a modern day Splinter Cell right now.
Where you focus, I hope it's linear, bro. I better be linear. It has to be linear. Get very stealthy with it. I think that would bang.
And then Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Well, does that also include?
That's ongoing, man.
But does that also include every Tom Clancy game?
No, it should.
Ghost Recon?
No. What Rainbow Six is?
Just Rainbow Six?
Rainbow's. It should.
Because it's Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
They should have it. If anything, now that the main Ubisoft, I'm not talking about the subsidiary, like the IPs that they have left, they have Medal of Honor, right? That's made by them. So maybe we could see a new Medal of Honor game because, like, from what I'm seeing, they still have some studios left under their branch. So we maybe, in terms of what they make, we might be able to see more revivals of Medal of Honor or a new IP just in general from them.
Honestly, okay, here's the thing.
That's something that's cool.
Here's my take. I think we're going to definitely see revivals because I think that right now the ground that Ubisoft is standing on is a bit shaky. Mm-hmm. And they can't necessarily afford
to take a risk
on a brand new IP right now.
Sure.
I think they need to get their balance again. And they're gonna release probably, like I said, older IPs. Maybe, hopefully, Splinter Cell. Hopefully, you said
Medal of Honor by Ubisoft, right?
I have no idea.
Let me double check.
Sure.
Maybe Medal of Honor, but for sure, more Assassin's Creeds, more Far Cry, more Rainbow Six. shit. So I don't think they're gonna jump the gun right now and do a new IP. I think it's
too soon.
It's too soon. It's too shaky, man. They gotta recoup
fuck me, that's
some
EA.
shit. Oh, it's EA. Medal of Honor's EA.
I confused it. I confused it. My bad.
I always get those two.
That's
Ubisoft and EA.
That's my fault. Thank God I double checked.
Yeah, me too.
Thank God I double checked.
But anyway, that's the Ubisoft situation, man. That's the biggest piece of news that we have. And the next up we have that I have is with GTA, man, regarding GTA, and that is Take-Two CEO has confirmed in an interview with Bloomberg that Grand Theft Auto 6 will have a shorter marketing window, and he has stated a quote here. I'm gonna read out. And quote, "The anticipation for the title may be the greatest anticipation I've ever seen for an entertainment property. And I've been around the block a few times, and I've been in every entertainment business there is. We want to maintain the anticipation and the excitement. And we do have competitors who will describe the release schedule for years in advance. And we found the better thing to do is provide marketing materials relatively close to the release window in order to create the excitement on the one hand and balance the excitement with unmet anticipation. We don't always get it exactly right, but that's what we're trying to do." So,
Man, fuck these motherfuckers, man. Fuck them.
What?
Because they're right. They're fucking right. They're fucking so right. The anticipation for this shit is like endgame level anticipation where everyone was waiting for that, maybe even more, huh?
yeah.
What do you mean endgame level? Like Avengers Endgame?
Infinity. Which one's the first one? Infinity War or Endgame?
Infinity War?
Infinity War was the first one.
Yeah,
The first one. And then Endgame was because Infinity War left in that cliffhanger. And we had to wait a
like
year.
we're there, Hop, in terms of like.
I think it's higher than that, bro.
I was about to say. I would say higher because my brother, bro, is like, yeah, man. He didn't buy Red Dead, by the way. I told y'all.
He what?
He didn't buy Red Dead 2.
Oh, he didn't?
He ended up buying it.
Oh.
He's like, nah, I'm probably just gonna wait for GTA 6.
Motherfucker, that's crazy.
Bruh.
Red Dead 2's goated.
I told him, I was like, bro, you would like it, dude.
It's goated.
But he was like, nah, man, I'll probably just wait for GTA 6. I go, all right, fuck. At least gonna play that game, right? But that's my point. Someone like my brother is gonna get this game, dude.
Bro.
And he's just casual as he gets.
And what's actually like such a boss move, man, is like he acknowledges that other developers are gonna change their entire release schedule based on this game.
That was one of my pieces of news.
That was one of mine.
Is that what
I bet you, it was one of mine.
Oh.
I bet you one of them is Ghosts of Yotai. I bet you one of them. Because they're major. They didn't name drop it. They're major publishers. I bet you one of them is them.
Yeah, bro.
They're
actually,
waiting.
I mean, okay, now since we're on that topic, who wants to, Mar, do you have that? Well, since he has it, or do you want to read it?
I have it.
Go ahead, let Mar, let Hav.
No,
go ahead.
so the piece that I have that per the topic that we just brought up is 3 major video game publishers confirmed they're ready to delay their games to avoid GTA 6.
Yeah, dude. Smart
Ready?
thing.
2 top live service titles also plan to skip updates during its release window. And this is a quote. Now, the post that I have doesn't say who's saying this quote, but the quote that I have here says, GTA 6 is basically a huge meteor, and we just want to stay clear of the blast zone.
No, yeah,
It's a smart thing to do, bro. It really is. It really is. It's a smart thing to do.
Isn't that kind of crazy? Isn't that insane to think about? Like, wow, like people are like, yo, we gotta stand by, man. We cannot release our shit when
It's because they know, bro.
They
this
know.
fucking game is going to.
They know, man.
If you drop in the same month as GTA, good luck. You're gonna have a week, especially after. If you drop after GTA 6 in the same month, dude, no one's gonna play your.
I'm gonna be real, man. If I was like a big like director at a game, whatever, and I was like making a game that was worth game of the year worthy, I think.
Yeah.
I'd wait, man. I'll just delay that bitch. I'm like, yo, honestly, if we're gonna be real, GTA 6 is gonna win game of the year.
Yeah.
Ooh,
the only way it doesn't win game of the
that's a
year
good prediction.
if
Come
it
on,
has
man.
like a major flop.
Unless the story is absolute trash, bro. Unless it's like,
god awful.
yeah, bro.
Performance.
I hope
gameplay
not, bro.
sucks. It's buggy. Like a Cyberpunk flop.
It better. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so,
I
though.
don't think it would get to that point. But
No.
the only way I could see that people may not like it is a story.
Yeah.
Is a story, man. Because everything else, the graphics, man, we already know is gonna be fire.
Yeah.
The gameplay loop, we already know is gonna be fire, right? We already know what GTA is. It's the story. Can they succeed and land the story?
That probably has to be it, bro. If the story's phenomenal, it'll win it.
Oh, absolutely.
But if the story's like up in the air, like
Washy,
I don't think there's a chance.
There's a chance. It's gonna be fuck,
Yeah.
right? But without
That's
a
when
doubt,
Ghost
it's
of
gonna break
Yotai comes
records.
in
Without a
and
doubt,
steals
it's gonna sell. Without
Oh
a doubt.
yeah, dude, it's gonna be the biggest
You know what?
game ever to make the. It's probably gonna make a bill by the end of the month, $2 billion.
I saw people saying that even the economy is going to take a hit. That the amount of people that are going to call off work call in sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if it drops like on a Thursday, best believe
and
I'm not working that day.
And that's what I mean. Then a lot of people are not going to be at work, and it's going to be like what? It's going to be like the great. What is it? What is it called? The Great Depression. GTA 6 is going to cause the Great Depression.
Funny.
That's funny.
That's absolutely just like insane to think about.
Can I make a joke?
Oh my
Might
god.
be fucked up though.
What is it, bro?
I don't think it's fucked up. It's just a touchy subject. It's a sore subject for
okay.
some people. Not for me. I'm chilling, right?
What is it?
We're all chilling. So, not to get. I hate that I want to bring this up. I don't want to. It's nothing crazy. I'm not gonna get canceled. Hopefully, but
hopefully it's just you, bitch.
Yeah. Okay, but like,
all right, why?
Because that's funny that you mentioned that, right? Because, and not to get, I hate that I hate that I'm that guy right now where we're talking about video games and we're like, we're laughing and shit, and I want to be the guy that's like, well, that brings up politics.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But
politics.
When Donald Trump got elected to president, and he started making a lot of executive orders, one of them being like the mass deportation of illegal immigrants ever to be seen in this history, right? I don't know if you guys knew this, but there was this movement, if you can even call it that, called like the blackout movement or whatever it's called, where as a protest to Donald Trump and his deportation plan, that they wanted all illegal immigrants, preferably like from Mexico and stuff like that, to not go to work on like a Monday in February.
Oh, I saw that.
As like a protest to like not go, right?
Yeah.
Two things. One, I still went. Like I have bills to pay,
I gotta
bitch.
get my bag.
The fuck? And two, I saw a lot of people on the internet saying like we should do that as a protest. And a lot of people were like, fuck nah, because like we got bills to pay. What the fuck is your issue? And some people were like, nah, use your PTO, use your vacation. Motherfucker, I'm going on a trip to Hawaii in summer. Like, I'm gonna save that shit. What the fuck? Like, so people were straight up like, people didn't take that serious, and they wanted to make it into another like the blackout social media day.
Yeah.
Like when rest in peace, right? When George Floyd was killed and stuff like that. People put black squares in their site. So people wanted to do the same thing where it's just like all illegal immigrants don't go to work on that Monday. But of course, a lot of people neglected and didn't really do it. Like I still went to work. It's like, bro, I got bills to pay. But GTA 6,
you're not gonna be.
That's gonna actually cause people to not go to work.
Oh my god, that's true, bro.
Not a protest. What's crazy to think is that GTA 6 is gonna be the reason people don't go to fucking work, bro. Not a fucking protest.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. On that topic, I was scrolling through Facebook, right? Like because I remember that people were talking about it. Yeah. And there was this guy that took a picture of like people going into like a Mexican, like our local Mexican
restaurant.
No,
Store?
yeah, like marketplace.
Okay.
Supermarket.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the dude posts that on Facebook. He's in the parking lot of the marketplace.
Okay.
He's taking pictures of people going in, wow, look at these traders, right? And then people in the comments are like, well, good thing you're there, right? Like, because he was there too. He's like, look at these traders. But he's there at the parking lot. I thought it was funny as fuck. But I did see about that. That's actually kind of insane. Yeah, GTA 6 might have a bigger impact. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I know.
It might have a bigger impact. But no, and people are hoping that GTA 6 releases for $100 because that way, oh, you know what, GTA 6 can do it. Maybe we could do it. No, fuck no, man. I'm gonna be real, bro. After playing some Assassin's Creed Shadows, I probably have like about 30 hours, 35-ish hours into the game. I'm gonna be real. The game didn't necessarily feel to me like a $70 game.
I agree.
I think it felt like a $50 to $60. People are gonna hate me for that. People are gonna hate me. Yo, what the fuck? I don't know. It just doesn't.
No, I agree with you.
It's like I've played this shit before, man, for much less. I get it. A lot of people went into making the game. Yeah. And that's the thing that I hate is that there are a lot of cool details on the game, a lot of cool details on the world, but I just wish that they would put that effort into like other stuff that I had issues with, which we'll get into in the when we actually do a video on AC Shadows. But it's actually kind of insane. Okay, real question: would you pay $100 for GTA 6 if they were to do that? Would you do it?
I think if I'm being real, it's unrealistic for the majority of people to say no.
Yeah.
because of how long we've waited, and
That's
what's
true.
Yeah, I was
and
about to
that's-
say, man.
and that,
But I think
and that's
only
what's
GTA
fucked
can
up.
do that. Only GTA can.
But here's
do
the
that.
thing: people are saying that if that happens, that other AAA developers, development studios plan to do that.
Like for example,
Like,
let's say
up
Ubisoft
the
did
price
that,
to
right?
$100 instead of 70. Right?
Let's say like
That was-
Ubisoft did that, right?
Fuck no,
They said,
I would not pay 100
Well,
for
hold
a
on. Let's
steak.
say Ubisoft did it, right? If they say, "Oh, GTA sold it for 100, the next Far Cry game, we're gonna make it 100." I'm not buying
Fuck
that
no,
bitch.
man.
I'm not. It's like, bro, you're not GTA. The buildup it was different. It's a unique thing. The world, like the world at this current time in the world for that specific entity, that property, it has such a unique backstory and such a unique, fan base. Let's just be real. And the buildup for it has been so long, and the anticipation for it has been so long that it can afford to do that.
That's true.
Not other companies, if they're smart, will realize like, yo, we don't
dude.
have what GTA 6 had.
That's true.
dude. In a world where I have a younger brother
Yeah.
who was born after GTA 5 came out, and even he's fucking hyped for it.
That's insane.
Like it's just on another level, dude.
Like,
it's at a
okay,
whole
for
nother
COD, would you
level.
pay $100 for a
No,
COD?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
For what?
I mean, they're on
For
Game
COD.
Pass now,
Call of
but
Duty.
even if I didn't have Game Pass, I'm not paying $100
Probably
now.
not.
I wouldn't.
I would wait until that bitch is on sale. I would, I probably wouldn't buy. I would be very selective.
The problem
honestly,
is-
the thing that we do in the game on the game shit, I'd be like, Hector, cut me out because I'm not paying $100 every fucking thing.
No,
I just went.
nah,
I'm like,
nah.
we gotta switch it up, Hector. We gotta do something
The
else because
thing
I'm
is-
not paying $100 for every game now.
Yeah.
I would literally stop doing.
70 is already crazy.
Yeah, I know 70 is a lot.
Yeah, they upped it up by $10 when the current gen consoles came out. But the thing is, bro, is that and I'm not necessarily referencing gaming, but like we have seen this happen before in other companies and other aspects of the world where something comes out and it's fucking hype. But that company ups the price, therefore all the competitors saw how much money it made and people were cool with it and still bought it. That other companies copied that method and like, you know what, we're gonna up the prices now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've seen it happen in other instances before. That's why if GT 6 wanted to come out for $100, bro, if
People
we're
would
being
do it,
real,
yeah.
it's gonna break records because everyone's waiting on this game. Other game developers are gonna want to do the exact same.
But
shit.
do you think that, okay, do you think if they did the normal route, okay, $70, that's the new normal, fine.
Mm-hmm.
If they did the traditional $70, don't you think that they would make even more money and even more, like, break even more numbers?
Because it's more affordable.
Because it's more affordable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they're
Versus
probably-
$100. Like, sure, you make a lot of money, but I'm gonna be real. I think it's an ego thing with these guys, with Rockstar and Take Two.
Yeah.
That like they want to shoot for the moon, man.
Yeah.
So like I have a feeling that they won't do it for $100. I have a feeling that they'll do the $70.
Here's the thing.
$70
and
shit.
whatever edition, there's gonna be a digital deluxe.
Oh, for sure. That's
There's
$100.
gonna be
Yeah.
collectors. That's gonna be 100, and their collectors is gonna sell out and make them bank.
I'm gonna get it, boy.
He's gonna get it for one.
Okay.
I'll live through him getting because I'm not getting
Well,
it
it depends how much it is, boy. That bitch like $350. I'm like, all right, bro.
But for what?
for GTA.
For GTA Collector's Edition.
Right, but what does it come with?
We don't know, girl.
We're just assuming.
We don't know, bro.
Guys, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, if it's gonna have a $350 price tag,
You're saying-
what
yeah.
would it have to come with for it to be
Oh,
worth
that's
it?
I don't
Yeah,
fucking
that's
know.
what
Like
he
a statue, a steel book.
How big of a statue?
Nah, a steelbook is not worth $350.
No, hold on. I'm not
It
done
has to
yet.
be.
The statue has to be all 13 inches.
What?
What the fuck?
You know what I'm talking about?
All 13
Of
inches.
Lucia? I'm there.
Of who?
I'm there. Of Lucia, the female chick from the game.
That's funny.
If it's a 13-inch statue of her, $350. I'm there.
No, it'll probably. Let's be
I
real.
don't get the reference. What are you guys talking about?
Lucia's
You don't
the
know
chick
about-
from GTA 6.
So you know the
Oh, 13 inches of
like
her.
it's her, and
like
like
a
that.
statue of just her, dude.
No, but if I'm being for real, it would have to be some sort of statue, some like the map, because everything has the map with it, the GTA map,
Like an art
Yeah.
book.
still book, art book, fucking something else. You know how they have like little knickknacks, some shit like that in there. What else? An audio, like probably like for the music, like oh here's all the music.
Like
in the
like
game.
a really cool one was
Art, like the art design of the world, how it was made, where it has like maybe the
yeah,
developer.
I don't think it'll be that much because the MW the Modern Warfare 2019
Oh yeah.
that collector's edition was
Oh,
badass.
that was
That was
the
like an actual
night vision thing.
night vision
Yeah.
goggles helmet. That shit was fire.
And it actually worked.
And it worked, and that bitch wasn't 300 or whatever. But anyway, do you guys have any more for GTA related?
Did you guys
stuff
hear
before
about
we move
those?
on?
Did you hear about those? I could have sworn I saw a piece of news where like these like gamers were Like they started a forum on the internet or something, and they were putting together a map of what their prediction would look like for a GTA 6 map, and it got like taken down. And so the statement they put out was it may have been a little too accurate.
Oh yeah, I did see this. I did see it.
And it wasn't include Liberty City. Vice City.
I don't know about that.
That's what I saw.
No, I just saw the headline where it was just like, oh, it got taken down because it was what Hoff said.
People are saying it's going to include like
the other cities.
Yeah, the other cities. Like it's going to obviously Vice City. That's where it's taking place right now. But San Andreas, fucking Liberty City, and it's like there's no way. That's just too big, bro. But maybe who knows, man? Who knows, bro? It's fucking. That
would be cool,
man. They have so much money. Anyway. Is that it for the GTA news?
For GTA, that's all I had.
Mario, do you have another piece?
Do you have anything?
GTA or no?
Yeah. Oh no, not GTA. No.
No? Okay. Moving on with Mario. What else do you have?
All right. So moving on. Some pretty not big, but big for me because I played this mode a lot with my cousin. Verdansk is coming back.
Oh wow!
April
really?
3rd.
No
it's
way.
Back. It's coming back. April
like official?
3rd. It's officially coming back. It will feature the Omni movement that
shit.
Black Ops 6 has, but it's going to be tweaked to like fit the feel of how it felt when it first came out in terms of Verdansk. You know the movement that it had then? It's trying to aim for that. So they're trying to go back to what made the fucking game so popular in the first place, which I'm like, thank God, bro. My biggest thing with Warzone was that it went away from what it was.
Dude, I want to
play. The movement was fire. Yeah. I love the fact that with the sniper rifle, it was a one-shot headshot at any distance. Now, at one point, because it used to be one-shot headshot with the sniper rifle, any distance. At one point, they shortened it. They said like, hey, at this point or shorter, it's no longer a one-shot headshot, which I hated that. Because at one point, bro, I was nasty with that visual. I'm not gonna lie. I was running like an SMG or some shit with the Swiss. Ask Thiele, bro. Thiele was the Car 98. I was the Swiss when Cold War time. This is when I really played Warzone.
He's a Swiss because he be living motherfuckers in like Swiss cheese.
The fact that both of y'all said that is fucking hilarious. Cheese. But like, I want them to bring that shit back. So hearing the movement is gonna be similar to how the mode originally launched. That's something that excites me a lot because I'll check it out. I'm probably gonna check this out with him. And probably my other friend Jose.
What about me, man?
Oh yeah, you can join too. It's 4 players. You can join too. I'm sorry, because like you bitch. I forgot you had a PC.
No, listen. I actually want to play it because at the time I was good at the game, right? But keep in mind, I was running on PS4, bro.
Oh yeah.
No FOV, bro. I didn't have an FOV slider. I want to experience that bitch with an FOV slider, and I could go demon mode. Yeah. Just like Mario be going demon with Javi at night.
That's fucking crazy.
Anyway.
Not true.
No consent.
Whoa, what the fuck? All right. But another thing, this is good news for Hoff. In terms of Warzone, we'll launch with the casual mode that has 120 bots and 27 actual players.
That's funny. A casual mode. What the fuck does that mean? What you mean, girl?
I just said it. It's gonna launch with 120 bots and only 27 of them. And 27 actual players.
It's gonna launch with what?
And we'll launch with the casual mode that has 120 bots and only 27 actual players.
Yeah, now you get it, bitch. He's like, yo.
120 bots is fucking stupid.
Oh, that's not why we're laughing.
No, I know. It has only 27 players. Yeah.
No, but we're laughing because he already said it.
I know.
Like, hey, Javi's going to be looking forward to this. Javi's going to be looking forward to this.
Fucking
slut. He's calling you ass. That's funny. That was funny.
When I wrote this, because that's not really big news, right?
Casual
or like
mode.
a detail that didn't need to be added. I only added it because I'm like, I'm going to make a joke towards Hob when I write this.
I'm fucking killing myself.
That's a Naruto. That's a Naruto's mode right there, too.
120 bots.
Yeah. So that's cool.
He's like, I'm killing it. And I'm fucking killing it, bro. He has 15 kills with their bots.
That's funny. To be fair to Hob, I remember one time, this is when I kind of fell off from Fortnite, and I just stopped keeping up in terms of news. I came back every now and then because Hector would invite me. He's like, yo, bro, you're trying to download Fortnite again. Let's get back in it. I think the first time I came back after taking like a long break from it, I came back, right? I loaded up a match because it forced me into one. You know how it does that every new season? It forced me into one. And I'm like, yo, Hector, bro, this is after I finished that match. I'm like, bro, I took off. They were all ass, bro. It's like Mario. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, they have bots now. I was like, wait, what? I go, nah. I was like,
Javi's like, I'm killing it.
Rotate, even though I don't know what that means.
What does rotate mean?
I don't know what it means. What the fuck?
No, quotate. Question.
Quotate.
Quotation marks.
I combined a question with the rotate. Question? What does rotate mean? Yo, how we gotta rotate southeast 145.
I hope y'all know that
what does that
Hector doesn't
mean?
actually talk like that when we game.
What does that mean?
He doesn't put on that voice.
That voice you made. I'm like, well, no shit. He doesn't make that voice. He talks normal.
Wait, which voice?
Well, you just did.
Rotate.
Yo, we gotta rotate.
Yo, we gotta rotate 145. No, I don't talk like that.
No, but we do.
No, but when we do call out, Howie's like, "Ooh, what's going on here?"
Yeah, oh my god.
Anyway,
We'll say like top green. And people were like, what's that? I'm trying to remember the colors we had for that map.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I forgot.
That was
It's
2020,
been so
man.
long. Yeah, man.
So what's for dance? Because that the map.
That's the
That's
original
the
map.
OG map.
That's the OG map, and it's finally coming back. All right.
Sweet. Okay, what's up? What's next?
And so for another news, this isn't big, but it is interesting. CD Projekt Red has hired 50 new devs to work on The Witcher 4 and other projects. So recently they released a new diagram basically showcasing the new employees that they had. So obviously the majority of the employee base is working on The Witcher 4. They also have a small other team project that's working on Project Orion. That is the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, which...
Oh, wow. Really?
I'm going to be 30 when that game comes out, but I can't wait when it comes out. They also have other employees working on various other projects, but the majority of it is on Witcher 4. Another thing is that The Witcher won't release earlier than 2027. So we're not getting it before 2027, so it's probably going to... My best guess is 2028. That's my guess.
Fuck.
What do you think?
Well, because they just teased it, last year? A couple months ago?
Was it this year or
Game
was it
Awards.
last year? It's
Game Awards, so last year, technically.
Yeah.
2027, 25, 26. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think 2027, maybe.
I hope, man. Earlier the better, man. I just hope the bitch don't come out at 2030 when I'm 30.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's interesting. Okay.
Not just CD Projekt Red though.
What?
Naughty Dog confirmed that Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, also won't release until after 2026.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, you're right.
That makes sense.
So
pick up,
both those games are not coming out until after 2026.
You getting that, Huff? You gonna get that game?
Which one?
Intergalactic?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. As much as I have my issues with Neil Druckmann because of Last of Us Part 2,
Yeah.
it is a new story. It's a new IP. It's completely different. So I can't necessarily judge it. You know what I mean? Because it's not connected to Last of Us Part 2 in any way. So like, I will check it out. I'm interested to see what the story is going to be and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely getting it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so another thing I have is that Nintendo had their Direct this past week.
Yes.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm the biggest Nintendo guy ever. So when I'm looking back at it, I went through the list. And there was a lot announced, a lot of games announced. I just went through what I thought personally were the big announcements. A lot of them were like indie small games that you expect from Nintendo. The first one I have is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond coming 2025. And then we have a new Pokemon Legends game, which is it's either ZA or ZA. I'm pretty sure it's ZA.
I read that as Z through A.
Z through A? Z is how you say it?
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a Danny question.
Yeah, I know. But that's coming late 2025. High on Life. I put this one for Hector because High on Life is coming May 6th.
Really?
To the Switch.
Oh, wow.
And then I never heard of this game, but it was the last thing announced. So I'm assuming it's huge.
I know what you're going to say.
Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream.
Yep.
I never heard it. I mean, I never heard it. I never heard it, but it's the last game. So if it's the last game, it's a big deal, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So that's why I have it there. So those are the games that I took out of it that were big for me. If I didn't bring up a game that you guys wanted me to bring up, I do apologize. It's just I don't really have that much knowledge outside of like, I don't know, Super Mario and fucking Pokemon.
That's the one I'm disappointed.
And Metro Prime.
What? That's the one I'm disappointed.
What? No Mario announcement?
There was no Mario announcement because typically.
Oh, wasn't there rumored like another Galaxy coming out?
So I don't know about that. But a lot of people are saying that with the release of the new Nintendo Switch 2 and that this year is 2025, which marks, I believe, 40 or 50 year anniversary that Mario, the first ever Mario game ever came out,
That's
Super
crazy.
Mario Bros. On the NES. So a lot of people were saying that there would be an announcement for a new Mario game coming for the Nintendo Switch because the last Mario game that we had was the side-scroller one, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And usually they do, when they put out Mario games, it's they alternate between the two. They do a side-scroller game, and then the next Mario game is like the open world, Galaxy Odyssey, Nintendo 64, Sunshine, those, and then they go back to another side scroller game, which that counts the Mario Maker games.
Yeah,
those count as well. So it'd be a side scroller game, and then there'd be an open world game, and then side scroller, and then open world. So we know the next Mario game is going to be an open world game, and we were hoping for a new Mario game announcement because the Nintendo Switch 2, which I actually have that as part of my news for the gaming, is reportedly set to launch in June, with pre-orders starting on April 9th.
Oh, wow.
So when this Direct came out, a lot of people were hoping that one of the games that would be announced would be a new Mario game, as maybe like a launch title for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Now, we do know that there's going to be another Nintendo Direct in April that'll dive deeper into like the specs and stuff for the Nintendo Switch 2. Deeper dive into the console. Maybe that's when we'll hold our breath till then, and maybe we'll get an announcement for that. But I was kind of hoping that we would get a Mario announcement, because if I'm being real, I see myself buying the Nintendo Switch 2 if a new Mario game comes along with it, which obviously it will, but if it's not a launch title, I'm okay waiting. A year or two, whatever long it takes.
I heard that.
I was going to ask you, like, will you guys buy that?
You'll be able to play the new games on the original Switch 2, I think.
That's cool.
I thought it was the other way around.
I could have sworn you were still be able to play it.
So like the Switch, I mean, if you could play Nintendo Switch 1 games on the 2.
And vice versa.
And vice versa?
I don't know if that's correct. Well, you said yes.
That's what I thought.
I remember Switch 1 games you could play on the Switch 2.
I could be wrong.
But I don't think you could play Switch 2 games. Otherwise, why would you ever upgrade?
That's true, Mario. Why would you upgrade?
Why would you ever upgrade? You could just stick with your Nintendo
It's like a
Switch
PS5
now.
situation. You could play PS4 games on your PS5.
I could have sworn.
But you can't play Spider-Man 2 on PS4.
Yeah, no.
That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's how I took it as.
Okay, would you guys get a Nintendo Switch 2?
I like mine that I have now.
I think
there would have to be a big game that I would have to.
I would probably, for me, I think I probably would. Maybe not like when it drops, but I think it would. I mean, it's about time. I mean, I don't have a Switch because I already knew I'm not really, into Mario games. But Metro, I'm into those types. No, sorry, not Metro.
I was like, what? Actually, you can play Metro on the Switch.
Metroid. I'm thinking of Metroid. Yeah. Sorry. Metroid. That looks fun to me, in my opinion. And then some Mario Party games. I like Mario too. Like it's just. Some of them I'm not really interested in. We played what was that?
The cooking one?
The cooking game.
That shit was
Overcooked.
Fun.
Overcooked. We played Overcooked on Nintendo. That was pretty fun.
Was fun, yeah.
I believe you can play it on any other platform as well. But I don't know. Or maybe a Steam Deck. Steam
That's
Deck
one I want to buy.
Steam Deck would be pretty fire too.
Along with the Nintendo Direct, another thing that they announced was a new way that you can play games on the Nintendo Switch. They introduced something called Nintendo Virtual Game Cards. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah.
So, you haven't heard it?
No.
So it's actually really interesting. At first, I was like, virtual game cards? Bitch, did you mean
cards.
digital games?
Yeah.
Fuck? Like, it's the same thing. What the fuck are you talking about? So I actually watched, it's a 2.5 video that Nintendo put out. It was during the Direct, but obviously they said it as their own YouTube video. And I watched it to get more info, because I read it and I was like, you mean just digital games? We have that now. What the fuck? No. So basically what it is, it's kind of what the name implies. It's a virtual, not physical, but a virtual game card. So the way that you insert games into the Nintendo Switch is through that little card that you insert into the side, like you would a disc or something.
Yeah.
And that's how you play the games.
Yeah.
This one is virtual, which means that you can actually pick and choose the games that you can download, like from the Nintendo eShop. So you can buy the games digitally, like a digital game, but it'll actually ask you, do you want it downloaded as a digital game or a virtual game card? The difference being is that if you download it as a virtual game card, you have to go into your game catalog and quote unquote insert the game into your Switch to play the game. And I believe you can also set it to virtually eject it from your Switch, and that'll free up storage.
Whoa.
It's all about saving space.
So whereas if you download a digital game, it's in your hard drive forever, and it takes up that gigabytes. It takes up that space permanently, unless you delete the game or transfer to an external hard drive.
I get it.
Internally and externally, injecting and ejecting a virtual game card is for storage.
Yeah.
So it'll free up storage and take up storage the more you do it. Right now, if you have multiple Switches, you could also play those games on other Switches, not just your own.
Wow.
So if you're someone who owns, like me, right? I own the Nintendo Switch OLED, The one that came with like the OLED screen. It's bigger with the white Joy-Cons.
Like Flex,
Yeah, well, come on now. But I also owned the OG Switch.
Yeah.
The one with the 1080p screen, the smaller one with the red and blue Joy-Cons, right?
Yeah.
I gave that one to my little brother, and he still plays it to this day. So technically, I can buy a virtual game card of like, say, Mario Wonder, and I could play it on my Switch, but as a virtual game card, right?
You could play it on both.
You could, but you have this thing where you can lend it to your friends.
Oh.
So what you can do is you can actually lend your game card to other Switches. Doesn't have to be your own, it could be your friends. So like I could technically share my virtual game card of Super Mario Bros. Wonder with my little brother. The catch is I no longer have the game. It's out of my Switch console because he has it. Because he has it on his Switch console for 14 days, and after those 14 days, it comes back to you. So it's a new way for like one it's a storage thing, but also cool that you could share games with other consoles and stuff like that with your friends and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Now, sharing it with your friends for 14 days, I believe, in order to like not be a scam, that whole thing where you could share your games for 14 days, that probably is just a one and done. You can't like do it 4 or 5 times because then at that point, then games don't get sold. You can probably just buy the game once and I could just share it with anyone I want. You know what I mean? As many times. Like I could probably just share it with Hector for 14 days. Say I share it with him twice. That's 28 days, which is plenty of time for you to beat a Mario game. But you never have to buy it. You just saved $60.
Yeah.
So I think it has to be one of those things where it's like a one and done. You can only do it once per game, I think.
Yeah.
But they announced that.
Wow. That's interesting, man. They're innovating. That's innovation right there. That's interesting.
Yeah. Because when I heard that, I was like, that's just digital games, virtual game. But then when I saw the presentation, we could probably put it on, like after we record, I'll put it on YouTube on your TV. It'll definitely explain it way better than I did. But I was like, okay, I see what they're trying to do. And it's actually, like you said,
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool innovation. And it makes me wonder, would this be something that other developers might want to do? Maybe we'll watch the video, and once the guy breaks it down, explains it a little better than I do, we can decide from there. But it's interesting, dude. It's very interesting what they're trying to do.
Cool.
But yeah,
is that okay? Mario, you have more?
Yeah, I got 2 more things, 3 more things.
Cool.
All right, this next thing I have is Crystal Dynamics. So the people that made the Tomb Raider games.
Oh, okay.
Them.
What do we got?
They recently, it's not good news. They recently had to lay off some developers. So this
More
comes,
layoffs.
so they had to let go of 17 people from the company. The company said that they did not make the decision lightly. Ultimately, this was a step that was necessary to better align our current business needs and the studio's future success. So obviously this sucks because obviously I've actually played all 3 of the last 3 Tomb Raider games.
Like the reboot ones. Are those good, bro?
The first one's my favorite. After the next 2 tend to fall off for me, personally, but they're still solid games.
I heard the first one got like a remaster.
It did, so you can play that if you want.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you can still play the original just fine. But it's up to you. Honestly.
What do you mean, like the originals?
Like original? No, I'm
OGs?
no, I'm talking about the original for that one he's talking about.
The reboot trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, that reboot trilogy. Yeah, I remember
that was back in 2013, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah. I'm assuming they're working on their next Tomb Raider.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Cowgirl.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a fun game, man. I like the first one.
The multiplayer is pretty fun too.
All right, and then after that, I have that Hogwarts Legacy Definitive Edition canceled, along with DLC plans by Warner Bros.
I didn't even know that there was gonna.
Here's the
What?
thing. Here's the thing.
Definitive Edition?
Yeah, I know.
That bitch come out
Just come out on PS5.
Yeah. So this comes as part of an ongoing restructure at the entertainment company video game unit. The project was finally canceled this week due to concerns of the amount of content was not substantial enough to justify the price being considered. Which, I mean, no shit, motherfucker. Game came out fucking, what, a year and a half ago? A year ago?
Probably, like 2 years ago.
What's so definitive about it? Oh, yeah, man.
That's actually funny. What's so definitive about it?
Clearly nothing. Hey, they even acknowledged it. They said, hey, we can't sell this bitch. We're just reselling the same game.
Yeah, bro.
No, that's actually crazy.
What's so definitive about it is fucking crazy word. It's
man.
funny as shit.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no! So yeah, man, that game got canceled, and
good.
along with DLC. I mean, it sucks because right now, obviously, Warner Bros.
Okay,
went
that
through a
is
lot
crazy.
of cancellations.
Canceled
recently.
DLC is crazy.
Yeah, because the game was successful for them. Like the
It
original
was,
launch
yes.
was successful for them. So I understand canceling the definitive edition because I think.
But
there
why
was
the DLC?
But why the DLC? I feel like the DLC could have been a good thing, and apparently it was going to add like basically just more story, more depth to the world and shit. Because obviously they're working on the sequel to the game. That is still alive. And that
Are
is
they
sick.
actually?
You should, yeah, they are working on it.
Oh, wow.
And what's it called? That should be safe because that made them money. So I highly doubt they're gonna cancel the sequel to the game that made a lot of money. I forgot. Did it make $1 billion? I don't think it did make $1 billion. Maybe not. I don't know. You can fact check for
I
me.
probably would have read something.
Yeah, I don't remember if it did make $1 billion, but it did make money. It was profitable for them. And the last thing I have is that Naughty Dog has been working on a secret project for the last 3 years. So a guy named by Daniel RPK posted on his Patreon, and then since then shared more publicly by the Game Post, basically that Naughty Dog has been working on a secret project that we don't know. Honestly, it's secret. We know nothing about it. All we know is that the guy in charge of it, his name is, oh my god, I had his name. Where'd it go? Sean S. Kayig. It's just being directed by him. It's probably not related to Last of Us, but it could be. Who knows? But all we know is that he had history working on Uncharted. That is the guy who's leading it. It's the guy who had history working on Uncharted. So maybe it's something related to Uncharted. That's weird because obviously we've known that like, hey, we're done with Uncharted. They've moved past it. But who knows? They could be lying. In the past 3 years, I mean, we have to hear about it eventually. So that's cool to see. But that's basically all I have for the gaming shit. I had more, but we talked about it already.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I mean, the only other news that I have, I mean, it's just a quick one. I have that Neil Druckmann was asked to clarify his recent comments about Last of Us Part 3, like the whole, hey, don't bet on it, right? The quote from Neil Druckmann says, "Every project I work on, I treat as if it could be the last. For there to be another one, so many stars have to align. Right now, I'm focused on the TV show and then on Intergalactic. One project at a time." End quote.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's because it's really hard to focus like on multiple things. Especially things that you want to make sure that they are like well made. Okay, is that everything? Okay, so Mario said that was everything. You don't have anything. I don't have anything. Cool. That is it for the video game news. Now we're gonna move on to movie news. Take it away. Yeah.
All right, for sure. I have quite a few news, but I mean, all of them they're a lot. Most of them that I have, bro, are really quick. It's just one of those
Sweet.
like I read off the post. It's pretty straightforward. We'll give our thoughts, and move on, right? However, earlier this week we had some pretty.
Why was that funny to me? However. Then you looked at me like that. That shit was funny.
No,
as
I looked at
However.
Hector.
I thought you looked at me, my bad.
I looked at Hector.
did.
I need to get a
Yeah.
spinny chair. I need to be more dramatic.
Yeah.
I actually liked what you
That'd
did
be
right
funny.
there.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
Oh, I know what he's gonna say.
The cord wraps around me and shit as I spin.
Yeah.
Yeah. However. And every time he faces us, he said like, it was announced
Every time.
that the
That's funny.
new
Yeah.
Marvel trailer. Nah. That'd be funny as fuck.
All right, I know what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So earlier this week we had a pretty big announcement, and for the fourth fucking week in a row, we have more Avengers Doomsday news. However, this is the only news that I should add that is probably the biggest. And that is because the Russo brothers, and with that Marvel Studios, have announced most, if maybe half, of the cast members that are going to be in the new Avengers Doomsday lineup. So, the Russo brothers and Marvel Studios has announced the castings for the upcoming Avengers Doomsday film, right? And the way that they did it, before I actually list off the people, I want to explain. The way that they did it was in the form of a live stream on Instagram. So the Russo brothers did a live stream where they were showing off. I had to Google. I'm like, what are these chairs technically called, right? And they're literally called director's chairs. Even though I'm like, but they're actors, right? But like, I guess they're called director's chairs. And the way that they did it was they showed off all the director's chairs with the actors' names in the back. So it was showing off every single actor's name on those chairs, confirming who was going to be in Avengers Doomsday. In my opinion, it's pretty fire. It's pretty hype. I will say though, the announcement in and of itself is kind of trash. Let's be real. And Hector knows what I'm talking about. And I'll explain why, Mario. Let me hit you with the biggest news. Ready? The live stream was 5.5 hours long.
Damn.
Yes. And you're like, why though? They're just showing names on a chair. A bunch of names like of people who are going to be in the movie, right? Well, for some reason, they thought it was a good idea to wait 12 minutes in between each chair. And they announced, I think it was like 20-something actors.
Yeah.
Yes, Mario. That is why the fucking live stream went on for over 5 hours.
The thing is, I saw the vision. I saw it. Like, oh, creates hype. You get 12 minutes of like, whoa, like talking about it with your friends. Like, what's the next one? You know what I mean? I get it. But I feel like it was too long. And
Why not
also,
just like a minute?
they did it on a weekday.
Yeah, they did it was on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's like I feel like that should have been maybe on a Friday night
Yes.
or something.
Yes. And I feel like 12 minutes was just too long. Maybe
It
like
should have been 5 minutes. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
5 would have been
5 minutes.
enough. Especially if like people who were like streaming probably would have given their thoughts like, yo, chat, what the fuck, right, blah, blah, blah. And they give their quick thoughts.
true.
And it's cool because what they did was they also played music. They kind of hint at who the next person was, and then the camera would pan to the next name. So people would be like, yo, I know that theme. Oh, no way. And then the name would show up. Oh, shit, they're in this
And
movie.
listen,
So all the names are legit, right?
all the names are
This is
legit.
all-
Okay.
This is all coming from the Russo brothers and Marvel Studios.
And listen, I can't lie, okay? Like, even though I do agree with Javi, it lasted for too long. I agree, right? But at the same time, I never would have thought that I would have, like, I was excited to see that, though.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, I was excited. I'm like, oh, shit, let me see who's next, bro. That's crazy.
That's how
Yeah.
we know. That's how we know my fandom and your all's fandom is different.
I was excited for that, but, like, but I agree, though, that it could have. Yeah, I agree.
Bro,
It should have been shorter.
I wouldn't do that for Star Wars, bro. I wouldn't
No,
sit there.
I didn't watch the whole stream. I was
Oh, you
just-
were part of it, but you did tune in.
I saw it, yeah, and then I realized, why is this taking so long? And
You're
then I
like, fuck
left.
this shit. All
Yeah,
right,
then I
man.
left.
I got you.
You know what I mean? But I was excited. I'm like, oh wow, this is actually a pretty cool way of doing it, but they're taking too long.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. 5 minutes should have been enough.
Exactly. However, the live stream because of all the names they announced and
Yeah.
waiting fucking 12 to 15 minutes in between, it lasted over 5 hours.
Yeah, fuck that.
Which was way too long. Despite that, though,
that's fucking
despite
funny.
that, though,
Yeah.
the live stream got 275 million viewers,
Wow.
Dude, on
making it the biggest live stream ever.
on Instagram
Whoa.
or in general?
on
It just on the piece of news that I have on my phone says ever.
Oh,
okay.
dude,
Damn.
I was watching it on X. The live stream on X, and bro, the concurrent viewers on X was, I think, hit 10 million, I think.
Yeah, that's how,
10 million people are watching it.
Dude,
Just
I
on
tried
YouTube,
looking up
man.
a live stream. I couldn't find one on YouTube, so it had been only on social media.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't find one on YouTube. Like maybe yeah, I just couldn't find one. I saw the one on Instagram. I didn't know they were live streaming it on X though.
Oh, yeah, they were. That's where I
Okay.
was watching it.
So it was probably on multiple. It was probably on multiple
Yeah.
social medias, and all those viewers combined, it was 275 million viewers
That's
tuned in for
insane,
that
bro.
for that event, and that made it the biggest live stream ever, according to what I have. For seeing, and like it's funny because I see people like making tweets and like making comments like, I never thought I'd be so excited to see names on a chair.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's kind of facts, right? So that's the news. And so now we're going to get into the actors that were announced. So I have the actors' names, but I also have
The role.
the roles that they're playing. So
Okay.
to make it easier, do you guys want me to list the actors' names or the people? Like the roles they're playing?
You
Say
can do
the-
both. So, like,
yeah,
say
do
their
both.
name and then their role.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have them set into 3 different groups. The first group are people that, if we're being real, I kind of expected they would be in Avengers Doomsday. I think all 3 of us would agree, like, okay, I had a feeling they'd be in this movie. So, and it's not in, I have them somewhat in the order that they were shown in the chairs, right?
Okay.
So the first person that was announced was Chris Hemsworth. So he's
Yeah.
coming back as Thor.
Yeah. Makes
Pretty much, we all kind of saw that coming. Vanessa Kirby, who plays the Invisible Woman. Also, because we also heard that Fantastic Four were going to play
Yeah.
a big role in the movie with this one and Secret Wars.
Okay.
So I kind of figured that the Fantastic Four would be in it. Anthony Mackie, Captain America.
Yep.
Right? Sebastian Stan, Bucky.
Yep.
Letitia Wright, Black Panther. Right? So that's Shuri. Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. Wyatt Russell, U.S. Agent. Ebon Moss Bachrach, The Thing. Simu Liu, Shang-Chi, Florence Pugh, Yelena, Danny Ramirez, the new Falcon, Joseph Quinn, Human Torch, David Harbour, the Red Guardian, Winston Duke, M'Baku, and Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. So those are all the actors that I were like, okay, I had a feeling they would be in the movie.
Yeah.
These were no surprises.
The Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, my second group of people are people that I did not expect to be in this movie, where I was like, oh, I would not have called that. And it's just 4 people. Tenoch Huerta is coming back to play Namor.
Oh,
That's crazy.
That one, I was like, whoa,
was crazy.
Namor's gonna be
Namor's coming back.
for Doomsday. I'm like, interesting. So Namor is coming back for
Yeah.
Doomsday. That one was crazy. Tom Hiddleston, Loki.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's
crazy. Too.
Which I imagine it's gonna be Loki from the end of season 2 of his show.
Yeah.
Right, the God of Stories, right? And now these next 2, I was kind of like, okay, so did this announcement spoil Thunderbolts?
Okay.
Because whereas I understood Yelena, Bucky, and Red Guardian being in Doomsday because they're kind of the bigger ones, we also got confirmation that Hannah John Kamen, who plays Ghost, and Lewis Pullman, who plays Sentry, are also going to be in this movie.
Oh.
Which is pretty much every single person in Thunderbolts except Taskmaster. So now does that confirm that everyone
What
lives
happened?
through this bitch except Taskmaster?
And that's what I said. Didn't I say that?
Yes, you did.
Did I put that on tape?
Yeah, it's on tape.
Let's go.
Yep.
Call that bitch.
Yeah, the Taskmaster would be the one to die.
I'm gonna be real. I wouldn't care, man, because I don't like that Taskmaster.
Well,
That's,
sure,
like,
but
terrible.
also a lot of people pointed out, like, damn, every single person in Thunderbolts is in Doomsday. Did they just spoil that no
Yeah.
one dies? So now when we go see the movie, are there really stakes?
Yeah,
Think about that. That movie comes out in May.
that's true.
So it's not one of those things where it's like, fuck, are there any stakes now?
That's true. Maybe they should have waited for the announcement, like after.
What I would have done.
You know.
They announced every single Thunderbolts character is coming back for Doomsday, which I was like, okay. So those are 4 people that I was not expecting. The third group of people are people I really did not expect. And Hector knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I missed one person, my fault. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom, right?
Yeah.
This third group of people, nah, bro. I was actually losing my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Mario, you don't understand.
He doesn't know, right?
He does.
You don't know who was announced and shit like that.
Like, is this
Like,
the
this all
first
new
time
to
you're
you?
hearing it?
Okay.
Okay, dude, I'm texting Hector like, bro, are you seeing this? And he's like, huh, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, dude, this is fucking crazy. The third group of people is fucking wild. These are actors who have been in Marvel movies before, just not in the MCU. These are actors from the 20th Century Fox X-Men movies.
Oh, those movies?
Dude, they
right.
announced quite a few people coming back to Doomsday.
All right.
In the order of Kelsey Grammer is coming back. He played Beast.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
The blue dude.
Yeah.
So we've seen Beast twice. One in the MCU, one not. One of them was in the X-Men: The Last Stand. Did you watch that one? Is that the one like where Jean Grey
Becomes evil?
Becomes evil?
Yeah.
So that guy.
Yeah.
Beast is coming back. And we also see him reprise the role of Beast in the post-credit scene for The Marvels. Remember that? So Kelsey Grammer is coming back as Beast. Also, it's not confirmed whether these actors are coming back as those roles, but we know the actors and we know what they've played before. So I'm assuming they have to, because like they have to come back as the same characters, right? The next person they announced, Patrick Stewart, is
That's the
coming
bald
back.
dude, right?
He is Professor Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, whoa, Xavier's coming back? What the fuck? And I'm like, wait a minute, but if Xavier's coming back, then wouldn't they have to? And sure enough, as soon as I thought it, Ian McKellen is confirmed to be in Doomsday, and he plays Magneto.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, that's his...
The dude with the helmet.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking Ian, like, both these guys
That's
are coming
crazy.
back. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck are we doing? The next name that gets announced, Alan Cumming, who plays Nightcrawler.
That's
I
crazy.
like that guy.
Dude,
Nightcrawler.
fucking
I like that guy.
Nightcrawler's coming
Yeah.
back. What the fuck,
He was
dude?
cool.
That was fucking wild. Rebecca Romain is coming back. She played the original Mystique. the blue girl that could shapeshift.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because obviously we've seen Mystique played like a younger version of her by Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
So it's not her, the original one from the
Okay.
first 3 X-Men movies. That's fucking wild. James Marsden is coming back, and he played Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Dude, I was like, what? James Marsden's coming back, right? And the last name that we got, and you heard the Deadpool music. I was like, the music shit. I was like, what the fuck? And it's Channing Tatum. Is coming back as Gambit.
No, that one I didn't know. That one I didn't know.
I was like, whoa,
yeah, I saw
fucking
that
Gambit's coming back. So,
More of that.
I forgot what he said.
I forgot what he said too, right?
the what?
The way he talks, he's like, you know, how he talks.
His Cajun accent.
Yeah, shit was
from New Orleans and shit.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So,
Woo, but it make my name. That's what he said.
Oh, my name was right here.
Yeah, my name was right here. That's funny.
Yeah.
but those are all the cast members announced for Doomsday.
That's insane.
Most of them are people I was like, okay, I was expecting. Some of them I'm like, whoa, interesting. They're coming back. And then that last group, bro, returning X-Men. Returning X-Men characters. So that's big because, for one, a lot of these actors we have not seen back in their Marvel roles since like those X-Men movies from the early to mid 2000s. I have a few thoughts. One is a lot of people are predicting, Avengers Doomsday. Is it secretly an Avengers versus X-Men movie? See that?
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like how Captain America
That's pretty
Civil
cool.
War
is
a story about Captain America and Bucky and like the reconnection and like them trying to like, like that whole story, but it's also Civil War with Iron Man and like whose side are you on? A lot of people are saying is Doomsday is secretly an Avengers versus X-Men storyline, which is a popular storyline, Mario, from the comics. It's kind of like another Civil War.
Okay.
But only instead of like 2 superheroes going at it and like who team are you on? It's a whole team like the Avengers versus the entire X-Men.
Okay.
And so with people saying that a lot of these
pretty
actors
cool.
with the X-Men coming back, is this going to be a potential Avengers versus X-Men? I see what people are saying. I personally don't think so, just because there's a lot of big names that are not included, like Iron Man, like OG Captain America. Wolverine's not confirmed.
That's true.
You see what I mean? Deadpool's not confirmed.
So
Storm.
Do you think they're keeping some people secret?
See that again?
That's a good question.
Do you think they're keeping some people secret?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Mario, because another big piece of news that I have relating to this is that Robert Downey Jr. He was the last name that got announced because he plays Doctor Doom, right? He actually commented on one of the posts on Instagram. He commented saying, "That's what you call a deep bench of talent. Actually, it's more like a row, but an extra long one. That must be it, right?" Marvel Studios replied to his comment saying,
You're fired.
"There's always room for more."
You're fired. You said too much.
There's always room for, so there might be more. Like, here's the thing:
Wolverine's
if
gonna
they
show up.
if they confirmed this many people for this movie,
Yeah.
imagine Secret Wars.
Dude,
Oh my god. Wolverine has to show up,
packed
right?
as fuck.
And also, I don't know. Now, I don't have all the details. I actually don't even have it written down. I'm going to be real. But I heard that there's apparently some insiders that apparently not leaked, but let out the fact that Doomsday is set to have at least 50 cast members. and based on what was announced, this is just 20 something.
Yeah.
So for the insiders, quote unquote, the insiders to say that there's up to 50 cast members in the movie, and the whole comment situation with Robert Downey Jr. and Marvel Studios. It's starting to ring true. And a lot of people are saying, yo, where's Captain Marvel? Where's Hulk? Where's Spider-Man? Where's Wolverine? Where's Deadpool? Where's all these other iconic characters? Where's Hawkeye?
The Young Avengers.
Where's Hawkeye? Where's the Young Avengers? Moon Knight, Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
All of these characters. And well, a lot of people are saying
That's true.
that there's more to come. So this is just a fraction of the people that are confirmed. Now the question is, if there are more people, do they keep those secret, or is there going to be another announcement?
You got to keep some people secret, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. You just have
I'm gonna
to.
flip my shit if I see Daredevil. Just pull up. What we on?
CJ.
I think he'll be in it, but you got to keep some characters a secret, dude. In my
Sure,
opinion,
to keep it more
Yes.
hype and shit.
that'll be better for you guys. That'll be a whole lot better.
Not for you, dude.
I won't get as hype. I'll enjoy it, but you guys will get way more enjoyment out of it than I will.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? Thoughts on the casting? What's been announced so far? What do you guys think?
I mean, it's cool. I'm with you. I don't know who Sentry is. I just know he's in the next movie.
Yeah,
apparently he's OP as fuck.
Yes, according to Hector. I don't know.
When does this movie come out again?
May something like the first week of May. Weekend.
No, I'm talking about this movie.
Oh, so Doomsday is set to come out in May of next year.
Ah, fuck, next year?
Next year, bro.
God
That's
damn.
already next year. And they're already started filming. It's already in production.
Do you remember when we
Oh
talked
my
about this in
God.
2022?
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Dude,
It was the first year of the pod, and they announced at the Comic-Con they're slating. We talked, dude, 2026 so far away, bro.
Dude, yeah.
No,
Remember
not even that. Remember when it was supposed to come out this year, and then they delayed.
Oh
the-
yeah. Isn't that crazy, Mario? Time going by fast as fuck, man. All right,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't want to do this no more.
But
Spider-Man no more.
That's fuck, man.
Mur doesn't even know that reference.
He doesn't.
I don't know,
I
I don't know.
throw my HRV T-shirt in the trash bin. Walking away.
Fuck. It's funny. What about
That's
you,
fucked.
Hector? What do you think of the casting?
And then listen, hold on. And then like
Oh,
once,
shit.
let's say we do that, right? We bring back the pod, HRV pod, but then we call it HRV podcast Born Again.
Oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
fucked.
Anyway,
Hell no. That's
I mean,
dude.
bro, the amount of people that is in this movie, man, just leads me to believe, holy shit, that means Secret Wars is going to be packed, bro. Extremely packed. And I also wonder, okay, well, here's the thing. That's super cool, right? There's many people in this movie. Well, how long is the movie going to be, and how much screen time is each character going to get?
Yes.
And will it be good?
Because here's the thing, like, they say, oh, Nightcrawler's coming back. Cool. But what if we just get, like, a fucking
5 minutes.
5 minutes with him, or, like, a 10-second shot of him just crawling and teleporting, and it's like, oh, cool, he's in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering. Is like, okay, clearly, there more people are gonna have more screen time.
Yeah.
The whole X-Men versus Avengers shit, that actually kind of makes sense. But I'm also thinking, what if the X-Men get eradicated? They die, like in battle. Doctor Doom kills them. To like assert dominance, like, oh shit, this is for real. Kind of like with a Thanos snap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Because they're bringing back old X-Men characters that, if we're gonna be honest, man, they're not our MCU X-Men. So it's like it's a
Yeah.
different universe.
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
So my theory is, what if they're here to help and shit, and then they get murdered, they get whooped by Doctor Doom,
That's
and
true.
then
That'd be
then
cool.
the
That'd be a
Avengers
cool
are like,
intro.
oh shit,
This guy's for real.
This guy's for real. This dude's worse than Thanos. Like, you know what I mean? Some bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what
sure,
I'm
because
thinking.
Thanos was a universal threat.
Yeah.
This dude's multiversal.
This is a multiversal. Okay, question. After this whole saga,
Yeah.
how can they top this? We're going outside of the multiverse. We're going to the Omniverse.
Omniverse.
We see Sonic
Yeah,
the
for real.
Hedgehog.
After Doomsday,
See Sonic the Hedgehog and shit. Like,
Wait, Fresh, dead ass though. After this whole story, with this saga's over, what can you do? Is that all the comic books?
No. Well, in terms of like the biggest like
Villain?
influential stories, the only ones I can think of, probably yes. Like, they'd have to go back to Earth and, smaller scale
damn.
shit.
We'll just have to see, man. I'm not
And
sure.
after multiverse shit, I don't know.
I don't know where else they could go.
Yeah.
And then if they do like another multiverse threat, it's gonna be kind of redundant. It's like, oh, we already did that for fucking 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta go
that's true.
back. We gotta go back something to the ground level. What could that be? I don't know.
Fuck.
It's a good
All right.
question.
A lot of people are worried that there's a lot of cast members for Doomsday, but I guess I think people forget, like, well, how many people were in Infinity War?
It's true. A lot of people.
Think about that. There was a lot. There was a lot of people, right? Now, granted, one of the biggest, not complaints, but nitpicks that people had about Infinity War is that there were so many people in it, and not a lot of them got a lot of screen time. But it's also like, well, bro, if everyone's going to be in this bitch, how are you going to balance all that?
Yeah.
So I feel like that might be another situation here,
That's true.
where like, well, how much screen time is, like you said, like, will Nightcrawler have? And it's like, well, that's true, right? But it's like, if you're going to have this many people, I don't know.
Okay, Secret Wars, right? Imagine how much money it needs to make to pay everybody.
That's facts. Bro. Yeah, bro, it's Disney.
You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Because they got like they got like a lot of big actors and shit. Like, what the hell?
That's true, man. I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty true. Hell nah. But no, fucking. Didn't both movies make $1 billion, or was it just Endgame?
I think
It was just no. I think they both did.
They'll be
But
fine.
Endgame was
They'll
the
be fine, bro.
Endgame made became the highest grossing movie of all time for a time.
then Avatar.
Oh, they re-released the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They released
assholes. They're assholes, bro.
Which is
They're
so
assholes.
stupid. Which I don't count that. That's bullshit.
I don't count
That's
that.
fucking stupid in my opinion.
What if they re-release Endgame?
Yeah, that wouldn't count either. It's like, bro, y'all just being stupid. Like, no.
Like haters.
Yeah, it's like y'all just being dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, so that's the biggest piece you have
For movies,
for
yes.
this week. Okay, sweet,
For
man.
movies,
Holy
that was,
shit,
that was out
is
of the
big.
way.
So what else do you have, Hav? What else do you got?
I really hope you guys watched it so that we could give our thoughts. But we had a Final
fuck.
Destination trailer.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna avoid.
I did not see it.
If I'm being honest, for my own sanity, I might avoid everything related.
I did not see it, but the way Hav reacted,
I saw
agree with
I
him.
saw the first 10 seconds, and then it locked a fear of mine, and a future fear I never thought I would have.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Yeah, I know what you're
And
talking
then
about.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna not.
That's what
watch
they do,
anything.
bro.
I'm not gonna watch anything for this fucking. And I'm not gonna.
Hey, you
watch
better watch
previews.
the other movies.
I'm not gonna.
That's
do
what
that.
they do, man.
No,
We'll
I'm
watch
good.
let's watch one of them tonight.
You want to know what's funny is that the reason why I think I never was a fan as a kid is because they did that to me.
That's true, man.
Yeah.
I was scared of roller coasters.
I'm not gonna fucking.
I'm
I'm gonna go into this movie, and you're probably gonna see. Kyler's usually in the middle, like how he likes it.
Hey, yo,
right?
No, hell no.
You're probably gonna see me doing this a lot, Hector.
Probably.
Because I'm not not gonna look. I'm not.
No,
gonna look.
man, then you can't
You gotta
enjoy
look,
the
bitch.
movie, motherfucker.
Nah,
you know how many times we did not look? Like, we were like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
titties on the screen.
That's different, bro.
Yeah.
But they were getting cooked. Literally.
That was crazy.
That's funny. Nah, man, that movie's gonna unlock so many fears, bro.
Motherfucker,
for sure,
on
for sure.
Motherfucker, that movie, you got 5 that unlocked a bunch of fears for us.
That's not y'all, man. Y'all,
No, you're gonna go through that.
I'm not doing
tonight,
it.
bro.
Nah.
When we get food later, we're gonna just chill and shit. Like, hey,
Hell
gonna get
nah.
butt ass naked like he does every Saturday.
What the
We're gonna put on one of those movies, bro. We're gonna put one of those movies on for you, bitch. We don't have to necessarily watch the first one.
My God, that's funny. Hey, I was gonna say, he said
Guys,
that. I was
listen to the listeners. I don't know why he does it
No, bro. Hell no. How you be butt naked, boy?
right now. Yeah, that's normal. But that's normal. I don't know why you
Mario
do it
be butt
later.
naked.
No, bro.
No, in all
Mario be
seriousness,
switching off. Whatever.
That's wild, bro.
Anyway.
That's wild.
no, in all seriousness, Mario, the movies are like they're good, bro. But yes, you're right. It's very anxious filled, and it's very
Yeah,
like,
and I fucking hate that sometimes.
I
bro.
know, bro. Look, I'm gonna be real.
Honestly-
I'm gonna be real, dude. Not even that long ago. I think it was like a few weeks ago. I actually rewatched the first Final Destination movie. I was hanging out with my girl, and it was on TV. Like we were scrolling through cable, and like it was just on TV. I was like, oh shit, on FX, Final Destination. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I'll put it on, babe. And we watched it, and we're like, damn, this is because it's from the '90s, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You could definitely tell.
It has not aged the best.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with Mario skipping the first one. It's cool. I do think he should watch a YouTube video or something that explains what happens because the first one ties into a bunch of shit in the future movies. But like, if he starts with the second one, that's fine. You know what I mean? I would even say Mario's good with watching the second one and the fifth one. 3 and 4 he can skip. 3 is the roller coaster one.
Yeah.
4 is the race car one. That one. Those cool if he skips those. But the second movie and the fifth movie I think are musts because those are good. And if he really wants to be OG, then fine, watch the first one. But
Yeah.
I will say, Mario, the kills and like the crazy shit, like the anxiety and the new unlock my fears, this shit. The first one, it's very tame because in the
Yeah.
movies they get bigger and crazier and like, you know what I mean?
That's like the thing.
So it's up to you.
I don't know why, but talking about this reminded me of a movie where, and I don't know what it's called, but I remember watching as a kid. And it's like it's like these teenagers, I think, and they play this game, and how they die in the game is how they died in real life.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I know
about?
What you're talking about,
Bro, you're talking about this reminded me of
game
that. You know what
over,
I'm talking?
or-
I don't know, bro, but I remember watching it. All
Hold
I
on.
remember is some dude dying over a table like this. Like that. But I forgot. It was when I was a kid, bro.
Oh, so it's from a while back.
I was a child,
I think
bro.
what you're talking about, Hector, is a more recent movie. He's talking about when we were kids.
But I'll see.
Oh, you can continue on.
Well, all I can say is, since I was the only fucking one that watched the trailer, is that it's pretty interesting. And the plot, is also interesting, but to someone like Mario, the plot's not going to make a lot of sense to you, bro, because you haven't seen the other Final Destination movies.
Yeah, I found it.
What is it? Let me
It's
see.
called Stay Alive. Is it this one?
Is it? I gotta see more images. Like, I gotta see like images from the actual.
It's called
movie.
Stay Alive. It was from 2006.
Okay, so the timeline it makes sense.
Here, I could
Go
read.
to Google Images.
Yeah, you got any shots from like the actual like movie?
Just go to
Because I don't
Images.
really remember the art of like the box or whatever.
Well, it's the
Let me
Google
see.
Images right there.
Could be it.
But it's called. Yes, that's what I found. And I think I could read you the.
Yeah, find that. See, maybe the.
I could read you the synopsis here. The movie Stay Alive, where a group of teenagers play a seemingly harmless video game, but soon discover that dying in the game leads to a similar death in real life.
Yeah, it has to be that then. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, bro.
Okay,
Yeah, I remember being
Bet.
freaked out by that.
bro. Just
It sounds interesting,
Wait till
man.
Final
Yeah.
Destination, and you know what? That makes sense because he's a fucking gamer.
That's true.
You mean if I get shot by over 300 meters by a sniper in a war zone, that's me?
I actually hate a show like that in Warzone.
I know you did. I saw that clip.
Yeah, I freaked the fuck out.
I like
Like
it.
here's like a snippet of the trailer.
Oh, I think it is this. Yeah,
is that?
I think it is that. Holy shit!
Let me put this in my watch list. I'll probably watch this.
I get you. You never seen it?
I don't like. I know, but like I've seen it, but I've not seen the movie.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I've not
bro.
seen the movie.
You might like that movie,
Okay.
bro. He might like that. But continue off. My bad.
No, you're good. I was just saying that the plot of the new Final Destination movie looks interesting, but I know Mario will not understand it because since you haven't seen the other movies, Mario, you don't necessarily understand. How would I say this?
The overall
rules.
story. Oh,
the rules and the lore involved, like, because people don't just fucking die, Mario. Like in
Yeah.
Final Destination, it doesn't just die. There's lore to why this shit happens, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like why the things happen in the Final Destination movies happen the way they do.
yeah.
But like the plot that the trailer for the new one, like what they explain, probably won't make sense to you because you have to have watched at least like 2 of the movies to kind of understand how death works. So they reference death like it's a person, like it's a
Okay.
presence in the room. Like you never see it, but they address it. So like the way the lore and the rules that they present about death in the new one probably
Yeah.
won't make sense to you.
Okay.
Me and Hector, if we watched it, we'd be like, oh shit, that's an interesting take. That's an interesting take with how they're gonna do this movie. But to you, it probably wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I will say, Mario, like the first one, the second one, and probably the 5th one are probably the only ones you really have to watch. You could skip 3 and 4. 3 and 4 or whatever. I'm gonna be real. They're pretty. Hector's gonna hate me because he really likes 3. But
the roller coaster one?
The roller coaster one. I don't know. They're pretty.
That's
mid.
Nah, you should watch that one.
Okay, Mario, you go on YouTube and at least watch the death scenes, the kill counts. Like, watch those. The movie, like, to me to tell you, like, Mario, to sit down and watch a 90-minute movie of, like they're just, it's fine. They're whatever.
Yeah.
The death scenes at least, but I will say the first, second, and the 5th one are probably must-watches. But, damn, I really thought y'all would have watched the trailer. I thought for sure
I
you would have
didn't.
seen
I did
it.
not, man.
Just because you don't want to, like, you don't want spoilers.
I forgot. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I just forgot. So many things to keep track of.
No, you're good. Okay, well, moving on to the next piece of news. This one's pretty small. Giancarlo Esposito says he wants to play Mr. Freeze in the DCU.
I feel
I saw
bad for him, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, he has potential, man, to like really be up there. Like, he wants to be.
Yeah.
But they're not letting him, man. They're just giving him like bogus ass roles and shit.
Villain
Like,
roles and shit.
Yeah, and it's like.
Making him play the same character over and over.
But I see the
again.
potential, man. Him as Mr. Freeze, like I could see that.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Like I could see the potential in that. Will they allow it? Probably not, man.
Well, they allow it.
We'll have to see, bro.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll just have to hope James
Yeah.
Gunn has a heart
Yeah.
for him.
Anyway.
Moving on to the next piece of news. This one's interesting. This one's from this morning that I saw. Warner Brothers, Sony, and Paramount have monetized the fake AI YouTube trailers. So
What?
there's a company based in India that make fake AI trailers of fake superhero trailers. John Wick movies, like shit like that are completely fake. It's completely made up. It's one of those like fan made trailers that people make, like where they just splice scenes from.
I hate that shit
from
so
other.
much.
Yeah, remember when as kids we believed that shit.
Yeah.
That's why
you're talking about.
Yeah. So, well, there's a company based.
I believe the ghost videos back in early YouTube.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid.
yeah.
I believed in that shit.
Yeah. So it says that Deadline interviewed the guy who runs Screen Culture, which is the YouTube channel that's pumping out most of these.
Yes, bro. I know that. I know that fucking channel. Yeah.
So they're the ones that are pumping out these AI trailers.
Maybe like 2 years ago, bro, or something. I remember you and I were hanging out, here, and we were just watching. We scroll through that, and we're like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" We're like, "We never seen this before. This is legit," and it looked real. Like the thumbnail looked real and everything, and the title. And we clicked on it, and immediately Hav and I knew this is bullshit, man. What the fuck is this? and it's that YouTube channel. I remember
Screen Culture.
Yes.
So Deadline made an interview with the guy that runs the company, the YouTube channel.
Okay.
I mean, the dude's name is Nikhil P. Chandhari, and he's based in India. He has several editors now pumping up to a dozen AI slop videos a week. Claims to have made millions off the videos.
Woo.
For those who are fooled by his trailers, he said, "What's the harm?"
That's crazy, man.
He said, "What's the harm?"
Hey, man, but he making millions.
He's like, "What's the harm?"
No, he's like the boy from the Lorax.
I'm trying to remember the boy.
The guy that ends up like cutting, like making a bunch of needs. He's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. Who cares, man? I'm making a bag. What you mean?
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm laughing to the bank. Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, okay, so with all that in mind, he's made millions. They're pumping out these fake trailers. Well, instead of copyright striking the videos, companies like Warner Brothers, Sony, and Paramount have decided that they're just going to ask for the revenue flow.
That's funny.
Because, I mean, fuck, man, if that motherfucker's making millions.
We could get some of that.
Exactly.
And it's our shit, you know?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's boss move, man.
I'll do that. Hey, man, give me that bitch right now. We're taking your ass down.
Because by copy strike, if you put a copyright strike, does the
That
money
takes
flow?
down the video. But a copyright, I think they do get the money. Yeah, if you copyright it, they get the money.
Get the money.
Whoever does the copyright.
Okay.
Strike.
Okay. Or I guess what they're doing then is like they're allowing them to just keep making those trailers
But we're getting all the fucking money.
because by copyright striking, it's like telling them, "Hey, you better stop." They don't want them to
Exactly.
stop.
Yeah.
That is a boss move. Oh shit. That's fucking crazy.
bro.
All right.
All right, so moving on to the next news. This one's interesting, and this is a big one for. This is going to cause a civil war between Sega and Nintendo fans.
Oh, shit.
Because Sonic 4 and the live-action Legend of Zelda movie will release 1 week apart from each other in March of 2027.
Yes, I saw that, man. That's crazy. But here, a live action Zelda movie?
I saw that they got announced a while back.
Yeah.
But like live
And that's
action?
been in, dude. That shit's been in development hell. Like it's been trying to get made for years and years.
Like, why can't it be animation like Super Mario Bros. Or like Sonic?
I kind of was hoping that it would be like that. Now, granted, I'm not going to
action?
sit here and pretend that I've played Legend of Zelda
yeah.
or that I'm a fan, but a lot of these video game adaptations, especially like of that variety, we'll say, probably work better as an animation. The same way Mario was. Now, granted, Sonic, it's live action, right? It could work, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
That's true.
But I agree. Animated Legend of Zelda would have probably been a better route, but
We'll see what
we'll
happens.
just have to see.
dude.
Live action?
Yeah.
We'll just, I don't know, man.
I think,
We'll have to see. Okay, next piece of news. Showrunner Eric Kripke says The Boys season 5 is halfway done through filming.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I know Gen V is supposed to come out with a new season, I think, this year.
I think they announced something.
Really? Gen V's coming out this year?
Shit like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good, man. Gen V season 1, I liked it.
It's coming out something.
The Boys, man.
Hopefully, it's able to stick the landing.
Yeah,
man,
it does,
I don't
because
know.
this is the final
That's the
season.
final one.
And I wasn't too big on the 4.
No, I wasn't either.
It was their weakest one.
Yeah,
we all
it
agree
has
on
been, and that sucks.
Boys
'cause, like,
peaked in season 3, bro.
I agree.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy?
Season 3
Well,
was fire.
I mean, hey, Soldier Boy's coming back for 5.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
We'll see if that ups it up. You know what I mean? Okay. Next piece of news is actor Jack Rayner has been cast in the new The Mummy movie. So they're making a new movie of The Mummy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a second reboot attempt. And they actually got Lee Cronin, who's going to direct the movie. And he previously directed Evil Dead Rise.
Oh,
Okay, there's potential for it being good.
So that's what exactly. And it's set to release in theaters in April of 2026.
dude, Evil Dead Rise was that back
Last
in
year.
2023?
No, it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago, really?
Not last year.
Damn,
Mario, you're out of touch with time, man.
yeah, I know, right?
Evil Dead Rise was 2023, wasn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
We have a review on that too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But yeah, so, and that's interesting because they've rebooted The Mummy like back in 2016 and it flopped.
That was Tom Cruise, right? Or something?
That was the Tom Cruise one. And it was
Yeah.
supposed to be the one that was supposed to set off the dark universe.
Yeah.
Of the monsters and shit.
That'd be fire, man. I like that.
That's a
It's
cool
a good idea, but because that first Mummy movie, like I think, and we've talked about
Yeah, we
this.
did.
Yeah.
When I said, think of it like if Iron Man flopped, there would have been no MCU.
That's true.
So that's kind of like what happened. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we'll have to wait and see. No confirmation on whether this is going to be part of that dark universe. I think they just scrapped that idea completely.
Yeah, probably.
So it's just going to be another reboot attempt on The Mummy with the guy who directed Evil Dead Rise attached to it.
All right.
And it's coming out in April next year. Okay, next piece of news. Snow White. Opens worldwide to $87.3 million. The budget was over $200 million.
Yeah.
All right, so I lost it.
Another loss, man.
Yeah.
Another loss, bro.
Unfortunately.
And honestly, dude, I think it's because of those interviews that she was doing. bro.
Absolutely. That played a huge factor.
Yeah, because like a lot of people did not fuck with her because of those interviews. She should have just kept her mouth shut, man.
I agree.
But hey,
And the movie wasn't good.
yeah, that's
The
true.
movie was
yeah.
way better than
Loki, that movie just made me want a dwarf movie. That's what they're called.
Yeah,
Dwarf?
that was fire.
That made me want like, yo, just give me about these motherfuckers, bro. I think I would enjoy
The
that.
Seven Dwarves. Disney's
Yeah, legit.
The Seven Dwarves.
No, just dwarfs.
Yeah, just
It's
dwarves.
an Avengers parody movie. Like they play on to that shit. That'd be
That'd
funny.
be funny, dude.
Okay, next piece of news. A Scooby-Doo.
Oh, this got me excited.
The Scooby-Doo live action series is coming to Netflix.
Oh, the OG?
No, this is new, right?
No, this is a brand new,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new one.
new
oh,
one.
Yeah, that's why I got
New
excited.
series.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the movies.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is a live action series.
okay.
And this is coming, this was tweeted out by Netflix themselves.
Yeah,
wow.
I saw it, yeah.
In this modern reimagining, old friends Shaggy and Daphne team up at summer camp with scientific townie Velma and the strange but handsome Fred to solve the mystery of a lonely, lost Great Dane puppy who may have witnessed a supernatural murder.
Ah.
So, based on the plot, like what they're talking about,
like
this
a-
gives me
Like a prequel,
this,
like a
this gives
origins.
me
Origins, yes.
yes, but there was fuck, dude, what's it called? There used to be a Cartoon Network Scooby-Doo show when they were all kids.
Oh,
yeah. I know what you're
It
talking
gives
about,
me
yeah.
that vibe.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about?
I remember that show. I
It
liked
gives
it.
me that vibe of Scooby-Doo's where, because it's described that Scooby-Doo is going to be a puppy. So it reminds me of that TV show from the Cartoon Network, but they were all kids.
Yeah.
Even Scooby was a puppy.
Yeah.
So I was like, interesting. So when I read that, I was like, dude, this is giving me that vibe.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Hopefully it's good, man.
Yeah. I'm definitely interested.
and it
Yeah.
says right here, episode 1, season 1 is written by Josh Applebaum and Scott Rosenberg. And I didn't do my research, so I haven't seen what they've done. So here, if you want, Mario.
That's actually pretty cool because I just hope it's good, man. Because that Velma show was just not it for me, man.
No, yeah.
And that shit got canceled, didn't it? The season 2 got canceled.
Yes, it did.
Like, bro, what were y'all doing
So
with
here,
that, man?
Mario, I'm gonna send you a text. Just look up those names. Look them up individually, not together, and just see what they've written before. So here, I sent you the text. Those are the names. So while Mario looks that up, because I want to know, like, what have they written? What have they worked on in the past to know if this is gonna be good or not? This could be trash for all we know.
Yeah.
The plot sounds interesting, but I don't know. Okay, next piece of news. This one's just straight up funny, and I wanted to include it.
Okay.
And it's marketing for Jason Statham's A Working Man.
Oh my god.
Did you guys see this?
No, I did not.
I can't believe this is real. A LinkedIn page for Jason Statham has been made ahead of his new action movie, A Working Man.
That's funny, man.
Open to work. So the LinkedIn page says open to work, construction foreman, transporter, mechanic, secret agent, and beekeeper rules.
No way. Are you serious? That's funny as fuck. Okay.
This is the screenshot, bro. That's the LinkedIn.
Oh, dude. That's super sick, bro. This just shows like they're feeding into the funny thing that we've been saying, that he's a typecast, and he's playing into it, dude. Okay, that's funny. I love it, man. That's great. That's absolutely great. And I still feel bad for Jason Statham, man. Please, just give him a chance, yo. Like he has potential, man. He's not just a typecast. Like, I don't know what they're doing with him.
Action superstar, never loses, never takes a hit type shit.
Like, we could fuck. Jason Statham, man. You my dog, bro.
Yeah, man. We should have watched that movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Mario.
Working man.
All right, so
all right, here we go.
So this guy, Scott Rosenberg.
Okay.
He worked on Venom, live action.
Ooh,
Wait, as a what?
As a writer.
Oh shit.
He made Jumanji Next Level and the original Jumanji, the reboot, that one.
The
So
reboot
those were
with Jack
good.
Black,
Those were
Kevin
good.
Hart.
Yeah,
Wait. Well, these are all for writers, right?
Yeah. This is all writers.
Okay, Jumanji, fire.
Yeah, that he made Kangaroo Jack. You remember that movie?
Oh my god.
He made Kangaroo Jack.
Isn't that the one with the
Kangaroo?
yeah,
Bro, it's that one. There's other shit out here, but I don't recognize any of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Josh, I forgot his last name. Applebaum. From what I'm seeing in terms of what he's written, there's the only one I recognize are the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh, from like 2014, and
I don't know if this one's good, Hob. You can tell me, but you said all of them are bangers. Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol.
fire.
He read that. He read that. He wrote that one.
Okay.
And then a bunch of random ass movies that I do not recognize, or TV shows that he's
Okay, so from what I'm
for.
hearing, there's potential.
There's potential,
Okay.
especially with this guy, the Applebaum, because he has Ghost Protocol under his belt.
Okay, then you know what? I'm looking forward to it. The thing is, we don't have a release date for that movie.
Yeah, I know.
For the
But
Scooby-Doo
like,
series.
in terms of just announcement, it's one of the things where I'm like, bro, it's been so long since we had a live action Scooby Doo or them.
Well, the last Scooby-Doo thing we got was that movie Scoob.
Oh yeah,
That one came out in theaters, but
I heard it. I wonder if
flopped.
it flopped. Was it good though?
I never
I always
saw
wanted
it.
to watch that.
I never saw it. Oh, it's not. I heard it's not even about Scooby-Doo. Like, it's Scooby-Doo is supposed to be like the mystery. Like, they're supposed to solve the mystery. Like, come on, gang, right? Mystery Incorporated. But this movie, I think what it did was it was more of a superhero / multiverse movie because they wanted to ride the high of like superheroes and shit like that.
I know what you
So it didn't even focus so much on them trying to solve a mystery as it was just them coming across superheroes and shit like that. And so it just wasn't good. Also, Shaggy's voice was not Shaggy. It wasn't Matthew Lillard. And he sounded off, and I didn't fuck with that. So that's just me, though. Okay, moving on to the next piece of news. Linda Cardellini, who is an actress who played the live-action Velma in those Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah.
She also plays Hawkeye's wife, right? Linda Cardellini will officially star as Pamela Voorhees in A24's Friday the 13th prequel series.
Whoa.
Coming soon to Peacock.
Oh wow. Coming soon to Peacock this year?
No, just coming soon.
Okay.
And I believe, if I remember, and I'm not too familiar with the Friday the 13th lore, I think Pamela Voorhees is his mom.
Yeah.
Who is it is? So from what I understand, in Jason Voorhees like lore, the mom plays a big role, right? I forget what she does, but she plays a big role in his story.
Yeah, I forget
like
too.
from when he was a child. So she's been cast as Pamela Voorhees.
Shit. I wonder if that is coming out this year. If it is, obviously I gotta check that out, man.
I'm down. I'm down to check it out.
Bet.
Okay, this is another piece of news. This one is just kind of like a whatever news, but I wanted to include it. A while back, it was confirmed that we're going to get a Street Fighter live action movie, and it found its director. And the director, I looked it up. I don't remember his name, dude, but he's not directed the best stuff. The last thing that he directed was that movie Bad Trip, which was that Eric Andre prank movie that they were doing on Real Life People. Do you guys know who Eric Andre? Yeah. That guy, the Andre show. So it was a prank movie. It was very much like Impractical Jokers, and it was like a prank movie on Real Life People.
Yeah.
Which I've never seen. It looked funny, but I haven't seen it. But they're getting the director who made that movie to make live action Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the news that I have is that following that news from what I think is like 1 or 2 months ago, well, now it's been confirmed that it's been delayed indefinitely.
Bruh. What?
Oh no!
No reason why, but it's just been delayed indefinitely.
Wow.
So
that sucks.
even more reason for me not to have hope for this fucking
Yeah.
movie. I'll stick to the games. Thanks.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Another Borderlands.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
facts,
Another
yeah.
Development hell.
That's true.
Another Borderlands.
That
We
is
knew that
true.
movie was gonna be ass.
All right. Next piece of news I have on here is this one's interesting. The Passion of the Christ 2 will begin filming in August.
Yeah, I saw that, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bro. That bitch was that made a lot of money. That made like $1 billion, bro.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
And
up there, man.
Jim Caviezel will return as Jesus. So he's the same actor who played him in the first
Oh
one.
wow, he's coming back.
Wow.
Dude, my parents love that type of shit.
I know my mom.
I heard that movie's fire. I heard
it's
Passion
good
of the Christ.
too.
is
I've never
fire.
seen it. I've seen snippets
I've
of
seen
it.
snippets, but I've never seen the whole thing.
Never sat down. Maybe we should. Well, we're gonna have to maybe.
It's homework.
Yeah.
So I got a few other things left. Nick Frost, which is an actor that you guys have seen before. You guys don't probably recognize the name. He was in Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
He was the heavy set friend from Shaun of the Dead.
okay.
He was in Hot Fuzz. Fighting with my family. All those comedy movies. So he's nearing a deal with Max to play Hagrid in the Harry Potter TV series.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
All right.
Okay.
Which is not terrible casting.
No,
I mean, that's
not
pretty
terrible.
good. But again, I don't know how this Harry Potter show is going to go down.
That's very true.
Okay, I'm down to the last two pieces of news.
All right.
I left these two last for a reason. Because one of them favors Hector, the other favors Mario.
Really?
Right.
Yes. So which do we hear first?
Let's go with Mario's.
Yeah, damn, you're being generous today. It has to do with Atla,
The fuck is Atla?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, I think I know what this is.
So
what's going on?
It has. It is.
it a casting?
It is casting.
I know what it is.
Yes.
We cousins, huh? We're cousins, bro. We're cousins.
That's funny.
We're cousins.
So it is casting news. So as an actor who has been cast in the upcoming Avatar: The Last Airbender animated sequel movie, which is set to release in January, this upcoming January.
Oh.
And it's not confirmed who he's playing, but the casting is Steven Yeun.
Oh, really? January? I didn't see that.
January 30th, 2026.
26. Wow. Fuck.
Whoa. And it's Steven Yeun?
Yes.
Let's
Glenn
just be
from The Walking
January
Dead
movie
is
of all
playing
time.
Atla?
and the voice of Invincible.
Why's it gotta come out
Who's
January?
Atla?
Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's just
Oh, that's
abbreviated. People say Atla.
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
the main guy. Oh, that's the bald guy. The bald
No,
kid.
that's
No,
Aang.
that's Aang.
Atla
is just
Atla's just the abbreviation,
nation.
bro.
Oh.
Avatar the
I got you,
T
I got you.
last-
Yeah.
Well, clearly, you guys know I'm not into this shit.
Yeah.
Clearly, right?
It's interesting because it now gives me an idea of how this story might go.
Why?
It's spoilers.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Steven Yeun, huh?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not confirmed.
I mean, I
who
can
he's
tell you
playing.
who. I can tell you because he's already
What if
in the
he- what
universe.
if he plays Aang?
He's already been in the
Hey,
universe.
what if he plays Aang, bro?
That's a no.
What you mean it's a no, girl?
They already announced the
It's
cast
Steven
for
Yeun.
it. They already asked the cast for it.
Wait,
the
so do you
original.
think he's going to play the same character?
He could be or a new one because you can play multiple characters.
No,
with the
sure,
voice.
but it's just like because you said he's in the universe already. So
Yeah.
why would they keep it secret? Why would they keep it like, oh, he's been cast?
I'm assuming it's a new character. Because
you would think they would say reprising his role as.
yeah, I can tell you. You want me to tell you who the character is?
Is it really spoilers?
I mean, it's big. It's big news for me. Like,
Wait, so my question is, does this movie does it tie into Legend of Korra or not?
it's not gonna. Well, I don't know. It depends on what the how it impacts the future, but it is in the same world.
No, right? Because
But
you
it's
said
before
Legend of Korra,
It's before Korra.
but
it's
Legend
Aang.
of Korra takes place after
After
Atla.
Aang.
After Atla.
After everything with Aang.
So
If
it
Aang
takes
is
place
a lot-
in between.
It's in between. It's between after the kid show ended in those comics and in between Korra's show. It's literally
That
it's literally
means
just them
less
grown up.
shit for us to catch up on. Okay, I don't gotta watch Korra. I'm chilling.
No, you don't got to watch Korra. I mean, you don't really have to. I mean, you don't have to watch the show. You just got to know the premise of like who they are.
Who, Korra? Like
No. I'm talking about the gang, the original show.
Oh no, yeah, I mean that's just 3 seasons, bro. That's whatever. But it's
I'm looking at Hector. He's like, yeah.
No, dude.
Yeah,
whatever, man.
I don't want Hector to watch it just because I want to see how he receives his movie.
No, it's 3 seasons, Hector. But bro, it's Nickelodeon, bro. Each episode's like 22 minutes. You're chilling. Yeah. It's not fucking. It's not dirty.
How many episodes?
I honestly forgot, but it's
like
more than 50, more than 10. It's like 10, 15, maybe around there. 10, 15.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they're 5.
Well, that was Mario's news.
Okay,
perfect.
And now for the other one.
You said mine.
Yeah, you have any guesses? Like what could have come out this week, movie wise?
For movies?
Maybe OF creators get more money now. Is that it?
Well, Hector, is it?
What? No. Fucking Mario.
That's funny.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be real.
Saw 11.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
I did not see what happened.
I saw this. Oh my god.
So, Jigsaw releases a statement. Yeah, yes, bitch. Jigsaw, the puppet,
The puppet.
Okay.
the puppet.
Okay.
Releases a statement on the status of Saw 11. Quote.
Okay.
Quote. I've seen the rumors. They say it's game over. You all should know me better than that. The game is never over.
Damn.
No, he didn't read the whole quote. So he ended with, so let's start over.
Is that what it said?
Nah, he's
That's fun to fuck with him.
Let's start over. Dumbass. Damn. Okay. But wait, what? Like on where? Where did he say that?
I have no clue.
But it's.
I just saw the.
But he said it though.
I just saw the news post about it.
Where? That's funny.
Yeah, they didn't include like the via.
Well, the thing is, it makes sense because we just know that they had some development hell issues, like some producers not fucking with each other, or maybe some creative control ideas. Mm-hmm. So I kind of assumed that it wasn't the end, right? They just have to iron out some issues that they have, you know. But that's pretty cool. That's funny. Jigsaw came out and said, "Hey, the game's never over."
It's funny that they had some fun with it.
Yeah.
I think the puppets say that shit.
Kind of like when they did that when Jigsaw recreated the AMC shit.
Yeah.
That was cool, bro. They should have allowed that, man.
Yeah, I know, right? They're bitches.
AMC's soft as fuck, man.
Yeah, and they raised their price,
bitches.
man. Fuck them. But still sponsor us, and we don't have to pay for it.
For real, man. Yep. They bitches, man. Yeah. That would have been funny. We actually want to go see when we went to go see that movie. If they played that, and it was
Jigsaw,
yes, dude, that would have been so fire, man.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
I'm still kind of bugged that the Avatar movie is coming out in January, bro.
Why?
It doesn't deserve to be released in January with that shit, man. That month, because you know he's like the January movie. Oh shit, not the best.
But it's not
movie.
Hollywood.
I know, but
It doesn't really count.
I know, but still.
Is it coming out in theaters or like a streaming service?
I think theaters. I think straight up theaters, and that's my worry because I don't think if I remember correctly, if it is theaters, I don't know how well it's going to perform. That's my worry.
Box office wise,
like, it could be reviewed very well, but not make a lot of money.
That's true.
It's happened before with movies.
That's true.
Where it's a good movie like Heretic.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that didn't make a lot of money, but it was an amazing movie. Like no one really talked about Heretic.
That's
in the
true.
grand scheme of things.
That's very true.
That's true.
And that's why I'm just like, fuck.
Okay.
That's why I've been worried. I don't know. I'm seeing that bitch Thursday at midnight.
What are you, a shareholder?
No, I'm seeing that
Why
bitch
do you
Thursday.
care?
I'm saying that.
Why does he care how much money it makes?
I don't want this shit to go away, bro. You know the last time we had something animated related to Avatar? It's been years since Korra. It's been that long. That was middle school,
I see what
bro.
you're saying.
That was middle school. If this shit goes ass, good or bad, I needed to make money. That way, more shit comes.
Yeah.
And right now, they're talking about the next show, right? We got the summary of what it's going to be about. But like, who knows when that
What
bitch
about
comes?
the live action show?
That's cool, but like my heart is with the animated shit. And that show can become something. That live action, there's promise there. Season 1 was okay. I'm like, okay, just go up from here, and I think you guys should be a great show, right? But I don't know, man. I just needed to make money, bro.
Okay.
I needed to make money, so I'm probably gonna hit up my boy Jose, who he knows the lore like me. Probably watch that shit Thursday at night.
Midnight.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm
No
making
one's
it.
gonna be there.
Fuck
Just you two.
You two go, but you don't have to come. But you just go, just like you put a butt in an imaginary seat. You know what I'm talking about? The statistics go up.
Oh, you're saying like just buy a ticket.
Just buy a ticket, like just for like do it for me real quick.
I might as well go, man.
That's funny.
I might as well get something out of it, man.
That's funny.
Out here paying a ticket.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm gonna get the popcorn bucket.
Nah, I probably will just go with Jose because he's a big fan. Like he's a big fan of.
Who knows, man? It's in January. Maybe I'll catch up by then.
All right, but
We'll see.
All right,
We'll see. Well, with that being said, that is everything for this week's HRV news. And just like Jigsaw, man, game over. Dumbass. Dumbass. Shout out to Jigsaw, man. Shout out to him. What do we have? What if we actually like had him like a
Just a
like a background piece,
like a background piece when we get cameras and shit. Like that'd be funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, seriously, that's it for HRV news this week. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.
Peace.
See ya.